The main character of this story, Jang Yi, was one of the best players in a game called Apocalypse. There, he assembled a team and trained hard to become the strongest. Years later, he finally reached the point where he was just one step away from defeating the final boss. Together with his team, they managed to slay the last dragon, and Jang Yi obtained the final fragment of the legendary Scroll of Dragon Blood. Just when he thought he had achieved everything he wanted, and that using the scroll would make him the most powerful player in the game, everything went wrong. His best friend and his girlfriend betrayed and killed him, taking the scroll for themselves. Mu Chen's attack hit Jang Yi hard, taking away 32 million of his life points. The system confirms that Jang Yi is dead, with no chance of resurrection. Let's have a little backstory here. This wasn't real. It is the world of Apocalypse, a virtual reality game that brings together the best game designers and took 5 years and billions of dollars to create. The game was set in the future, where alien monsters attacked Earth through wormholes, causing humans and creatures to mutate. If people didn't play the game, they would be killed by the system and turned into NPCs. No one wanted that, so everyone joined the game. But after the open beta, players faced a serious problem. They couldn't log out and had to stay in the game forever. Jang Yi had been stuck in Apocalypse for 8 years, and well, he couldn't accept the betrayal. Suddenly, he opens his eyes in a dark room and realizes he's been reborn to August 28, 2025, just before the game is set to launch. He's baffled because at this time that game had not been introduced. Soon, he comes to the realization that he must have traveled back to the time where the game hasn't been announced. Jang Yi is firm that he will make Mu Chen face the consequences by taking his life. He hops on the computer and knows that he needs to find the divine talent cards scattered around the world before the game begins. Well, these rare divine cards grant rare divine talents that can only be activated through finding this card in reality. The game developers, Sky Fortune Group, released 10 talent cards, which are randomly placed in different locations worldwide. From his past experiences, Jang Yi knows the first card is located on the top floor of Jin Mao Building, the tallest shopping building in Linhai City. Without hesitation, he rushes there, and sure enough, he finds the card right where he expected. But just as he reaches for it, someone stops him. It's Lu Chengze, the young master of the building and heir to the largest real estate group in the city. He claims that the building and the card belong to him. Jang Yi ignores his warning and moves toward the card. But Lu Chengze surrounds him with guards, and he's determined to teach Jang Yi a lesson for trying to take what doesn't belong to him. Jang Yi moves quickly, his eyes locked on the card. Lu Chengze orders his guards to shoot. Bullets fly right at Jang Yi, but he manages to dodge them. He rushes forward like an arrow, knowing exactly when the game will start and how to steal the card. As he reaches the card, he leaps into the air and grabs it. Seeing this, Lu Chengze screams, warning him not to take the card. Just as Jang Yi holds the card, Lu Chengze shoots at him. The bullet is coming at him fast, but just before it hits, time stops. The bullet freezes just centimeters from his face. Everything around him freezes, and it's exactly 12 o'clock. The game has begun again. A familiar system panel appears in front of him, asking if he wants to log into the Apocalypse game. Without hesitation, he confirms, and he's teleported somewhere else. At the same time, players around the world are being pulled into the virtual world. Jang Yi, however, is teleported to a place he recognizes from his past life, the starting point of the game. His eyes land on a glowing divine-level talent card, and he walks toward it. Before he can grab it, feathers fall from the sky and a tiny spirit appears. The spirit introduces itself as the system spirit assigned to him. At the same time, Jang Yi's attribute panel shows that he's obtained a rare divine talent card and a powerful skill, Copy, which allows him to copy other players' talents. The skill has a cooldown of 1 hour. Jang Yi has to choose one of 3 races: elf, beast, or human. In his previous life, he chose the human race for a 20% increase in prestige income, which is important in the Apocalypse game. However, he's unsure which race to pick this time. The tiny spirit then notices something hidden inside him, the Dragon Blood Scroll, which was given to him in his past life. The spirit pulls the scroll out, which surprises Jang Yi. The item that Mu Chen wanted still ended up with Jang Yi. Suddenly, a roar shakes him from his thoughts. It's a dragon. Jang Yi turns around and sees a large triangular-shaped door. It's a hidden dragon camp, likely unlocked because he has the Dragon Blood Scroll. He's confused because he's never seen this faction before, but decides to activate the scroll, opening the door. As he walks through, he's teleported again, this time to a crowded place full of players discussing the game. Jang Yi opens his control panel to check his stats. He has a skill called Dragon Race's exclusive passive skill, which is very powerful. The skill, Inferno Dragon Flame, is a level 6 gold passive ability. Every time Jang Yi makes a normal attack, there's a 1% chance to summon an Inferno Dragon. When this dragon appears, it deals 150% of Jang Yi's attack power as true damage to all enemies within range. Though the chance of this happening is low, its effect is almost as strong as a divine talent. Jang Yi now needs to get familiar with his divine tier talent, and to do that, he needs to find someone to copy and test it out. Noises are coming from the ruined carriage, so Jang Yi quickly moves to follow this noise, and that is when his attention is caught by the bald guy in front of him. This bald guy is reassuring another guy to relax if he is partnered up with him. Jang Yi acts smartly, approaches his shoulder, but when the guy shakes off his hand, Jang Yi apologizes and pretends to mistake him for someone else, using it as an excuse to approach him so that he easily activates his skill. This is exactly what he does. The system congratulates him for successfully copying and gives him an epic tier talent, Treasure Hunter. This allows players to find treasure within the range of 500 meters. Jang Yi's face brightens up with happiness as it's an epic level talent. Just then, an announcement is made, welcoming the player to the apocalypse. At this moment, a man is looking at the computer screen and continues making the announcement, motivating the players to enjoy the game, addressing them as my warriors. After finishing the announcement, the corner of his mouth lifts into a sly smirk. Back in the game, the same bald guy whose skills have been copied by Jang Yi is planning to have no teammates as he is full of himself and is confident in his own abilities, so he decided to venture out alone, though he is immediately stopped by Jang Yi. He kindly reminds him to not act rashly, as it might be very dangerous outside. Carelessly, the bald guy pushes him away, accusing him of being a coward. After all, it is just a game. Then he climbs up a window before jumping out and mocks all the players arrogantly to stay here and watch him play the game, and then he leaps out of the window. Before he could even get on the ground, he lands straight into the mouth of a giant spider waiting for the players below. The bald guy disappeared immediately, and the system announced, player no. 3580 has been killed with no chances of revival. The announcement is like a death threat among the rest of the players, who are now terrified as panic takes over. Jang Yi couldn't help but shout to everyone that this isn't a normal game. He continues to explain, if they die in here, they die in real life too. This is a battle for life and death. The players finally understand. This wasn't just a simple game. However, the system continues with the first mission, which is to find the safe zone. The instructions are to follow the small map to find the 886th safe zone in District B, Hopetown. In Hopetown, their safety will be greatly guaranteed. The reward is an extra respawn chance, the failure penalty is death, and the remaining time is 3 hours 58 minutes. While all the players are terrified and unsure about their next step, Jang Yi quickly runs to the back of the carriage. Based on his past life memories, someone in the 7th carriage used a safety hammer as his weapon, and it is actually there. As he holds the weapon, he remembers, unexpectedly, it turned out to be a disguised blue quality weapon, so the other players were very jealous. Just as Jang Yi predicted, as soon as he touches it, the hammer transforms into a sharp weapon. It is a frost blade made of meteorite iron. This is not it, he remembers precisely. There is also a hidden treasure chest in this carriage, so he activated his treasure hunter talent. The treasure appears right under a seat. He bends down to take that box. It turns out inside is Dragon's Breath Potion, blue quality. It contains powerful Dragon's Breath. All the preparation is completed. Jang Yi doesn't hesitate now and rushes outside the window. The moment he jumps out, he swings his frosted blade, carving a bloody path through the spider with the superior attributes of the Hidden Dragon clan. Everyone who sees the weapon in his hand can't help but discuss that this guy is amazing. Though they know that surrounded by so many spiders, even if someone is carrying a legendary weapon, they have to do well. Jang Yi doesn't care, so he continues dealing with the spiders. Human presence attracts more spiders. The players at the respawn point think Jang Yi is seeking death. Meanwhile, Jang Yi wants to attract even more spiders. When the spiders completely surround him, he instantly stops, takes out the Dragon Breath Potion, ready to let these monsters taste the power of the Dragon's Breath Potion. Instead of drinking it, he throws it straight towards the monsters. The potion bottle hits a spider's leg and shatters, which causes an immense flame eruption, and the spiders end up being caught in the flames. System notifications pop up continuously as he keeps leveling up, receiving 50 copper coins and health potions too. Jang Yi holds the items in his hand, feeling lucky and hoping to get a few more of the Dragon's Breath potions. On the other hand, players see him easily take down tons of spiders and can't believe it. They think it is definitely cheating, but at the same time, some players think of going and forming a team with him since they feel like this guy is quite powerful and has a higher background. After dealing with these monsters, Jang Yi continues his journey alone, deciding to follow the map to Hopetown, leaving behind those jealous and competitive people. All of a sudden, a man appears unexpectedly, running straight toward Jang Yi. The man falls to his knees, begging him to help and save his daughter, who has been taken away by monsters. Jang Yi's expressions don't change a bit. His mind wanders to when, in the past life, many people got into trouble in that dense forest. But at the same time, there should be many good things hidden inside. So he agrees to follow this man. But little does he know, behind this helpless, sobbing man is a demon wearing a smile full of evil. Jang Yi starts searching for the man's lost daughter, but after walking for a while, he senses something's off. So he calls out for the man to ask about where his daughter got lost since the forest is pretty big. Ahead, he spots flickering lightness out of the cluster shadows, though when he turns back on not hearing any reply, the man has disappeared without any trace. At first, Jang Yi confusingly looks around, wondering where the guy vanished, an odd feeling taking over his heart. But ignoring those negative thoughts, he keeps going straight ahead. Jang Yi deep down clearly senses eyes watching him from the darkness, but he pretends to not notice it. The deeper he goes into the forest, the more he hears a little girl sobbing, calling out to her mother. Following the sound, he ends up finding the little girl, tightly holding a lollipop. Jang Yi approaches, squats down slightly, and advises her to not stay here alone as it is dangerous. He decides to take her out of there, but at that exact moment, a woman with a well-proportioned figure suddenly appears. Beside her is the man from earlier. Coats of sweat cover Jang Yi's face as it was a trick to capture another prey. Jang Yi senses a dangerous aura radiating from that woman, but his attention is shifted to the announcement from the system, a hidden mission. Rescue the little girl from the dark forest back to Hopetown. The reward is Talia's ring failure, the penalty is none, and the remaining time to complete that task is 59 minutes. Jang Yi's thoughts drift. In his previous life, several teams triggered this hidden task when exploring the dark forest. The rewards and experience points gained from this task made many other players jealous, so he can't miss this opportunity. Without hesitating, he accepts the mission. The woman licks her lips as she can't resist the human scent. Abruptly, her body begins to transform. A hand with sharp claws reaches out. Before Jang Yi, there was a spider who was half human, an unusual aura emanating from her whole body. The woman threatens them to be good and be her food. However, the little girl, seeing the spider beauty's appearance, is now crying even louder. Therefore, Jang Yi quickly stands in front of her to protect her and assures her to wait for his big brother, who will bring her out immediately. After comforting her, he takes out his weapon, the same frosted blade, and lunges forward towards the spider demon. He swings the blade and tries attacking its leg, but it has no effect, realizing it has toughened skin. The spider beauty laughs manically, and confronting his physical attacks has no effect against her. Then she swings her deadly leg at Jang Yi, but he manages to deflect it with the help of his frosted blade. He slides backward. Somehow the tiny spirit appears, her expressions full of worry. She explains the beauty spider is a level 20 boss. It is impossible to defeat her with his current strength now, so he should give up the task and leave this place. Hearing this, Jang Yi glances at the little girl crying beside him. Such a thing as escaping alone is something he refuses to do. The tiny spirit slightly bows down, giving him an option to survive like this only at the moment. Something triggers inside him, commanding the spirit not to decide or predict his future so easily, and he rushes forward with wind-splitting speed, his eyes aimed to kill the monster. Looking at the level 20 boss, he remembers seeing a hidden treasure chest on the World Channel in his last life. Perhaps that skill book is the way to deal with it. Having this thought, he quickly activates the treasure hunter talent. A golden light flashes in his eyes. The treasure chest is at a tree, but in a flash, the spider beauty appears right in front of him, spreading her legs to surround him, trying to put him in a pincer attack. Jang Yi's agility helps him this time, and he steps backward quickly. This would be the death of him if just one leg of the spider beauty would have hit him, so he needs to be very careful and shouldn't lose his calm no matter what happens. Studying his body language, the spider beauty could tell his target is not her, but something else. Somehow Jang Yi quickly reaches the treasure chest. The spider beauty turns around, witnessing him opening the chest. A lightning bolt emits from her palm to attack him, but it was late. Too late. Jang Yi has already opened the treasure chest successfully, obtaining the blue quality lightning chain skill book. Realizing it is a hidden skill, Jang Yi is extremely overjoyed. It unleashes lightning that can bounce back and forth between enemies, dealing 200 points of magic damage for each unit killed. The damage of the lightning chain increases by 10%. Still rejoicing, Jang Yi is unaware that Spider Beauty's minions are surrounding him, while the Spider Beauty is gathering a lightning energy ball to strike him with it. She screams angrily, commanding her strike to tear him apart. Without wasting any second, Jang Yi places his hand on the skill book and absorbs its energy. A powerful lightning bolt forms from his palm too. It is an AoE attack lightning chain. The Spider Beauty's jaw drops in fear. Scary lightning is unleashed with the help of the technique learned from the skill book, and the lightning struck down, destroying the woman's limbs. Jang Yi can't help but smirk by letting her taste the power of this immensely powerful attack. She ends up disappearing. The system congratulates Jang for completing the hidden quest, obtaining an epic item, the Poisonous Fang Dagger, as a reward, made from the poisonous fangs of spiders, and deals 20 points of poison damage per second to enemies. Pressing forward, the little girl is happily led back to Hopetown by Jang Yi. As soon as they enter Hopetown, familiar faces stare at him, none other than Lu Chengze and his subordinates. One of the guys points at Jang Yi, reminding Lu Chengze that it is the same guy who stole his divine talent card. Lu Chengze's face turns crimson red. He grits his teeth, clenches his fists, and orders his subordinates to send someone to keep an eye on him. Ignoring the hateful eyes, Jang Yi holds the little girl's hand and walks into Hope Village. It is night, but still the hustle and bustle hasn't died down. The little girl looks at Jang Yi with innocence in her eyes and expresses her gratitude for returning her safely to her home. Right after the little girl vanishes, the system congratulates Jang Yi on completing the hidden task and obtaining the reward. It is Talia's ring, which increases luck points by 55. Jang Yi is thrilled looking at the shining golden ring on his hand. It is even an equipment that can increase luck. In the apocalypse, luck is an extremely rare attribute. The higher the player's luck value, the more bountiful the task rewards. Despite that, his attention shifts when a voice breaks in. He followed the sound. A blacksmith is attentively working and energetically promoting enhancement skills. Seeing him working, Jang Yi can't help but ask if he is using cheats, because how can the success rate of enhancing be so high? So the guy standing beside him explains his talent is enhancement and forging. After a while of diligent forging, the guy holds a shining sword in his hand. Everyone is impressed by his skill, amazed at how he managed to forge such strong equipment. Jang Yi decided to try it out. Thus, he touched the blacksmith's shoulder, successfully copied the epic talent, enhancement and forging, and the success rate of equipment enhancement increased by 50%. Then he took out his poisonous fang dagger, placed the dagger on the surface, and raised his hammer. As he hits the hammer on the dagger, each hammer strike represents a successful enhancement, and in no time he enhances the dagger from level 2 to level 5. With this talent, he doesn't have to worry about the enhancement of equipment in the future. It might even be a business opportunity too. People around him are shocked to see this person having a plus 15 level epic weapon. They all know plus 15 is so rare, but it's even an epic tier, which is unbelievable. Their expressions are mixed with envy and curiosity. Suddenly, sweat trickles down his face, and his vision blurs too. He pants and loses his collar as he is finding it hard to breathe and can only hear people's discussion. However, the same tiny spirit appears, reminding him his fatigue value has almost reached the limit, so he needs to head towards the nearest tavern to rest. Hence, Jang Yi decides to rest first before increasing his level outside the city. But in a hidden corner, someone is secretly watching him. Jang Yi easily finds a tavern. It is a special place for players to rest and adjust after a battle. Entering inside, he places a gold coin and requests the receptionist for one room. On the way to his room, he overhears a conversation between a guy and a girl. The guy is asking if she has seen the World Channel and mentions that someone completed a hidden task in the Dark Forest. The girl responds that the person is really lucky and even received an epic tier weapon. In his thoughts, Jang Yi believes that luck is also a part of strength, but he will use his strength to catch hold of good luck. Later on, in the tavern room, Jang Yi lies on his bed, his eyes staring at the ceiling. He thinks to quickly reach level 20. Only that way will he be able to learn stronger skills. When players reach level 20, they will get job advancement. Any one profession out of the 7, which includes knight, berserker, assassin, mage, archer, priest, or beast tamer. Thinking of the one who was the reason behind his death in his past life, hunger for revenge fills his eyes. The next morning he leaves the inn, walks in the forest for a while, but suddenly stops as he senses someone, so he asks them to stop sneaking around and come out. Discovering a group of people stepping out of the bushes, led by Lu Chengze. Lu Chengze smirks, calling him lucky for the last time, and challenges him to run again to test his luck. Each of his men looks aggressive. Before Jang Yi could respond, Lu Chengze signaled his men to attack him, though Jang calmly activated the forced PK mode, raising his hand and releasing a lightning bolt. Jang is confident. He was thinking about showing his new skill, Lightning Chain, and this is definitely the perfect time. But strangely, the lightning grows weak and vanishes completely. Jang Yi panics, wondering if he has been silenced. Just then, beside Lu Chengze, there is a guy standing in a cloak. It is he who made him unable to use his skills. This is an alarming situation for Jang Yi. While panic washes over his face, Lu Chengze suggests he accept his fate. Immediately, a guy from their group charges forward, swings his fist to hit Jang Yi, but he stands firm, his lips curled into a mysterious smile. The whole group is shocked, realizing he is not taking any damage, and his equipment is too good. Their damage isn't high enough. Frustratingly, Lu Chengze summons his weapon. It is a blue quality weapon, and it has even been enhanced to plus 115 level. It is a bow. As he shoots the arrow, it quickly splits into countless arrows, but Jang Yi stands unfazed. Some scratches appeared on his face, but he is still smirking. The total number of these arrows exceeds 100, which should meet the trigger conditions. The trigger, which can summon an inferno dragon. The dragon, with its massive wings and red flames, appears beside Jang Yi. It roars, shaking the whole surrounding. Scared, the group tries running, but they have been frozen by Jang Yi. And with its master command, the dragon attacks them with a combination skill, including an AoE attack and Inferno Dragon Flames. In an instant, the Lu Chengze group disappears, leaving a few pieces of equipment behind. Smiling, Jang picks up Chengze's weapon, and just with the experience points and equipment, he is now upgraded to level 20. The item he has just obtained is a blue quality silver moon bow of plus 115 level. The arrow splits into 100 after being shot and will fall like meteors. Finally, the system congratulates him on reaching level 20 and allows him to proceed to the main game to find a job change officer to start the job change trial. At the Hope Village's Fountain of Revival, Lu Chengze and his group appear there. Players with revival chances are revived at the nearest Fountain of Revival after death. At this moment, Jang Yi walks around, admiring the moonbow that he has just obtained. Lu Chengze turns crimson. His blood boils with rage, threatening him to wait as he will settle the score one day. But Jang Yi is on cloud 9 right now, so he ignores him and heads straight to the main gate, where there is an NPC for player class changes. Arriving there, he informs NPC about changing his class. The NPC raises his one hand, a red vortex appears, and just like that, the class change palace has been opened. When he steps inside, it's like he is teleported to somewhere. He is standing in a completely unfamiliar place. Looking around, there are 7 figures that obviously represent the 7 professions in the apocalypse: Knight, Berserker, Assassin, Mage, Archer, Priest, and Beast Tamer. Out of these 7, Beast Tamer is the least popular class. He approaches an old man wrapped in a cloak, representing a Beast Tamer, even though a Beast Tamer can summon magical beasts to battle and tank for him. Raising magical beasts isn't an easy task. His mind races with countless thoughts, unsure of what to do. But he recalls he doesn't want to choose Beast Tamer. The moment someone starts raising the the Beast Tamer has to share his resources with them. But resources are scarce in the apocalypse, which stops the Beast Tamer's growth later in the game. This causes them to be eliminated, though only Knights and Beast Tamers are suitable for the Dragon race. Meanwhile, Knight is not bad, but Knight is an early game class, and they are quite weak late game. Many Knights burst down in his past life after reaching the late game stages, but Burst Tamer is different. Jang Yi has a divine talent, and he can collect resources 10 times faster than other players, even get a dragon companion later because of his race. Eventually, he will have a balanced team. The old man suddenly opens his eyes, revealing he has been waiting for a long time. When the profession confirmation panel appears, the spirit appears again to rethink his decision, but Jang has already made up his mind, so he chooses to be a Beast Tamer. As he becomes the Beast Tamer, the old man pokes his forehead. Purple light is transferred into his body, and a purple mark appears on his forehead, emitting purple radiation. Even a silver ring appears on his finger, and he is now teleported back to Hope Village. The class change NPC congratulates him on completing his profession. Right at this moment, two players walk by, catching Jang Yi's attention. One of the guys reminds the other guy how he warned him about the undead town being dangerous. It turns out they end up getting wiped out before encountering an elite monster and lost so much equipment. Hearing this, his interest develops, and he remembers the undead town, the same first dungeon he cleared in his past life. He wishes for a reasonable team, which Van assembles. Combined with his past experience, they would kill the boss in minutes. At the same moment, a group of nearby players call out for anyone who is level 20 and has completed their class change to form a party to go to the undead town. Only 2 slots are left, first come, first served. A girl in a cloak approaches them, asking if any space is left. Seeing a beautiful mage, he warmly welcomes her. Taking this as an opportunity, Jang Yi steps forward, eager to join too. The guy looks down on Jang Yi, assuming he is like a mage with worse skills, as he just became a Beast Tamer. But because they were short with one player, he allows him too. At the undead town, desolate graves surround them. The guy turns back, questioning Jang Yi if he hasn't seen the world chat. Beast Tamers have the lowest ATK out of the 7 main classes. Basically, he is trying to mock him. Embarrassed, he gives an excuse that maybe he likes animals. Suddenly, an arrow came flying towards them at an extreme speed. The girl in the cloak and Jang Yi react in time, dodging the arrow, which ends up crashing on the ground. The whole group takes position as the enemies are coming to attack them. Countless skeletons emerge out of the graves surrounding the group. One of the guys swings his sword, slicing the skeletons in half. Though from behind, 2 more skeletons attack him out of nowhere. Meanwhile, the girl in the cloak has removed her cloak, tightens her grip around her weapon, and casts fireballs using the Arcane Mastery skill. Flames erupt on the surface. Skeletons are engulfed in the fire, but in an instant, a skeleton appears from behind, pressing a dagger against the girl's throat, catching her completely off guard. Witnessing this, the ring on Jang Yi's hand emits a purple light, the same light that was transferred to him by the representative of the Beast Tamer. Countless black crows to appear. The crows caw ominously that it scares everyone there. Around them are bolts of the same purple lightning radiating from Jang Yi earlier. It turns out that Jang Yi has used his crow summoning skill. It is the Beast Tamer's basic skill to summon a murder of crows to disrupt and attack the opponent, dealing 50 points of magical damage. The crows continuously strike the scary lightning at the skeleton, burning and paralyzing them. Taking this as an opportunity, Jang Yi rushes towards the skeleton, slices off the skeleton's head easily. The girl is stunned by seeing his abilities and tries to thank him, but suddenly Jang Yi grabs her hand and pulls her towards where the others were running. As they are the undead, they will revive soon, so they need to get out of there quickly. As they all rush forward, very soon they all stand before an ancient castle. Jang Yi reminds everyone, the boss is inside. The knights will be in charge of tanking, the girl and Jang Yi. The DPs will focus on dealing damage from the back, so the rest of them should avoid the AoE spells in the second phase of the boss fight. The guy who welcomed them into the group earlier finds it a little suspicious. How Jang Yi is very familiar with this, but Jang Yi chuckles nervously, denying this is just his experience from previous games. After discussion, Jang Yi takes the lead and heads straight towards the castle gate. Meanwhile, the whole group notices the Poison Fang dagger, so they quickly open the system and check the attribute of the weapon. The green-robed man is in disbelief. A Pleasant 15-level Poison Fang dagger? How can a newbie be using an epic weapon and know the basics so well? Is he lying? His mind races with tons of questions. The guy's evil mind takes over him, assuming Jang Yi must have many more good items. Looks like they hit a jackpot. At the same time, Jang Yi opens the gate of the castle. They all step inside. The place is pretty dark. Surrounding them are lightened lamps, and in between is a throne which can't be seen properly because of darkness. The female mage stays close to Jang Yi, but just for being cautious, he announces for everyone to stay close as it might be pretty dangerous in here. Instantly, the other guys of the group show a sinister smile. With a thud, the castle door is closed. The female mage and Jang Yi panic in fear. The players' voices echo through the door gap, suggesting to them stay in there quietly. They will be back to check on them soon. The female mage fearfully shouts at them to stop, but Jang Yi realizes they have fallen into a trap as they join a team of player killers. They intend to use the boss to get rid of both of them, so they can monopolize the experience and rewards. However, right now it is too late. The sound of the chains moving creaks loudly in the room. In front of them, smoke rises up, revealing a giant structure. The boss is already here. A large sharp ice shard appears in the air, quickly grabbing the female mage's wrist. They move away from that place, dodging the attack, the heavy ice, and ending up striking the ground, breaking into pieces. The female mage turns, looking at the destruction. She takes a sigh of relief, expressing her gratitude towards Jang Yi as he saved her again. Unexpectedly, ice rises from beneath their feet. Before they could understand, a giant level 30 necromancer with sharp fangs appears in front of them. It floats in the air, raising his hands. He summons 2 large ice balls, and piece by piece it strikes them down from upwards. Jang Yi panics, since without a tank, they can't withstand the damage from the boss. At the same time, the female mage places her hand on the ground, forming a purple magic circle. Spirits wearing cloaks with dark purple eyes emerge out of that circle suddenly. Jang Yi is in disbelief right now. Seeing him this shocked, the girl explains, "These are the undead soldiers called by her talents. Undead summoner, but they can't hold on for long, so they have to think of a way to escape." The undead soldiers merge together, creating a barrier. Through the system, Jang Yi learns about the talent card divine ranked undead summoning deceased beings from the world of apocalypse to fight for 5 minutes. As minutes pass by, cracks appear on the barrier. Looking at the female mage, he requests to buy some time. Not finding any other option, Jang Yi immediately uses his chain lightning skill, sending out a shockwave, knowing this boss's weakness. The female mage decides to cover for him, casting multi-fireball spells, sending powerful flame balls forward, and also continuing to summon the undead soldiers. The undead soldiers swing their weapons, attacking the boss. However, at that moment, Jang Yi spots that gem at its collar. It is the necromancer's energy source, and at the same time, it is the greatest weakness. Cleverly, Jang Yi extends his hand, summons a group of crows, and grabs one crow's leg. He flies higher. Tension grows thicker in the environment when he leaps up, swinging his dagger with force at the boss. Therefore, the boss roars in pain, but the gem on its collar is cracked. After that powerful strike, Jang Yi lands on the ground. System congratulates on killing the boss, necromancer, and upgraded to level 25. He even obtains an epic item, Radiant Staff, can be used at level 30, releases a gust of icy wind to freeze enemies within a 100 meter radius for 5 seconds, dealing 500 magic damage. Right after that, he hands it to the female mage as this is a weapon for a mage. A beast tamer like him wouldn't be able to use it. Outside the castle, the 3 traders assume that the players are probably dead as it is quiet inside. They then decide to enter inside the castle again for the loot. Just as they reach to push the door, Jang Yi kicks it open so hard that it breaks. All the 3 guys are in disbelief. Obviously disappointed to see them alive, but one of the guys in the green robe is still greedy, claiming they must be tired after defeating the boss, so he lunges forward to attack them, gripping his weapon. Without hesitating a bit, Jang Yi spread his arm to protect the girl, his eyes filled with rage. He demands to know the reason behind them betraying their teammates. Seeing the evil smile, he could see Mu Chen in him, the same Mu Chen who made him believe to support him no matter what happens, and just like him, this guy is also betraying his teammates. Jang Yi grabs the female mage's hand. Touching her makes her cheeks turn red. But this handshake succeeded Jang Yi in copying the divine skill Undead Summoner. Just as the man in green robe swings his weapon, beneath Jang Yi's feet a magical array is formed. To everyone's surprise, he summons the same necromancer he just defeated inside. The necromancer freezes all the 3 traders and they gradually disappear. The system announces, players Haon Wang, Wei Du, and Yu Su have been killed by necromancer, having no revival chances left. All of a sudden, Jang Yi's vision blurs. Sweat beads his head. He loses his consciousness and falls on the ground, but the girl helps him out. Before fainting completely, he could see the face of the female mage, worried for him. At this moment, the system also announces, player's fatigue value is at the limit, so he needs to reach the nearest rest point. Completely losing his consciousness, he had a dream of the system congratulating him on clearing the stage. Jang Yi ranked 2nd on the leaderboard. Memories flood back in Jang Yi's dream. Little Yi sits on the sofa, complaining to his dad about his boring toys, and wanting to have a new game which can keep him busy. His father promises to give him a new game when he can beat his high score. His face lights up with joy. His father then grabs his stuff and begins to leave. Jang Yi can see his father leaving, thinking how he is trapped in a game. He might never get a chance to play his father's game anymore. In the inn room, Jang Yi finally wakes up. His head hurts a lot. Although, while pouring water, he notices a letter on the table. He quickly opens the letter. In the letter, the female mage, Yaru Han, expresses her gratitude, thanking him for saving his life. She also informs him in the letter that by the time he sees this, she will have already left to search for her brother. She left him a storage ring containing the items from those guys. He might need them in the future. She believes fate will let them meet again. Jang Wei examines the ring while mumbling the mage's name again. After opening the character ring, Jang Yi is surprised. These people have been killing quite a few players, as all the equipment is of different types. Taking a sip of water, he is relieved at least he doesn't have to worry about equipment anymore. All that's left is a magical beast. He carefully observes the map, in his mind thinking, if he recalls correctly, the misty area to the north is the hidden Dungeon Dragon King's tomb, the only pre-level 40 dungeon that drops magical beasts. But this instance isn't easy at all. It would be problematic if his teammates were unreliable like Hao Wang. The next morning, Jang Yi walks in the Hope Village, constantly thinking about finding trustworthy teammates. Just then, his gaze darts to a girl, offering people to join her guild, claiming many benefits like fighting moms to level up and helping each other in the dungeons. Realizing how dumb he is, Jang Yi wonders why he didn't think about a guild. In his past life, he teamed up with Mu Chen as soon as he entered the game. He forgot that a guild is the best way to recruit skilled players. Entering the guild building, he meets the receptionist, revealing he wants to create a guild. Hearing that, the receptionist asks for a name for his new guild. Jang Yi remembers what his father once said: "The game creator is also the god of the game, and players are always challengers who challenge God, so the only way to win is to become a Godslayer." Jang Yi ends up naming his guild Godslayer. The receptionist then suggests that he gather his companions now. In an instant, Jang Yi's mind wanders. Does he have to give out flyers on the street? But he can't randomly recruit people. He needs to go to a place with more experts. According to what happened in his past life, there was a combat trial after the first survival mission, so he decides to visit the combat trial. All the experts from the region will be there. Special mission notification has been sent to the players about the combat trial. It is to welcome the players. Hopetown is hosting its first 1v1 combat trial. Players who completed their class change can complete, and the winner will receive generous rewards. The reward includes 100 gold coins and a rare skill book. As soon as he gets this notification, Jang Yi doesn't hesitate to agree and participate. All the players, after agreeing, are teleported by the system to a large arena. An announcer present there welcomes everyone to the first 1v1 trials location, Sky Battle Arena. All players stand sequentially in an order. Jang Yi glances at other players. They all have higher levels than him. He realized he had slept quite a long time, and this is definitely a wake-up call. However, his attention is pulled when he hears voices ringing out, motivating and cheering someone to kill. When he turns around, he witnesses a guy named Zhen Ning rushing forward with his weapon to attack his opponent. Meanwhile, his opponent Wu Qi, with long hair and bloodshot eyes, absorbs the sword energy of Zhen Ning while his body floats in the air. The blue energy radiating out of him and his weapon is now replaced with a mysterious purple energy. Below him, the endless discussion and cheering continue. The crowd is shocked, seeing the mage not even moving in front of his opponent. Wookie has used the Shadow Imprisonment, a level 4 skill. It is an exclusive skill that imprisons the enemy in front and deals shadow damage. The duration of imprisonment and damage increases with skill level. Being frustrated by the humility, Zhen Ning starts negotiating with money. If 1 million is enough for his opponent to lose, claiming to immediately credit his account. The amount 1 million makes him recall his past. Back then, if only he had 1 million at that time, the company would have continued and wouldn't have gone bankrupt. He sat quietly looking at the painting. His heart sank. It was a painting his daughter drew. He thought if he had money, he wouldn't have ended up with a separated family. He was standing at the edge of the rooftop, thinking of ending his life. The system's familiar bell rang, giving him an option to log into the apocalypse, and that is how he has now joined the game, as he had nowhere to go. Back to reality, he guarantees to Zhen Ning about never ever losing or surrendering, and would never let himself experience failure in his life again. Just like that, he points his palm at Zhen Ning, striking lightning bolts, sending Zhen Ning to his death. The system congratulates Wu Qi for defeating Zhen Ning and successfully advancing. At this moment, he looks around, aiming to defeat everyone. And at the same time, Jang Yi understands this guy is really something else. Alternatively, random matching of the first round of the duel trial has been completed. Zhang has been matched with a guy, Duan Feng, and is now asked to go to the corresponding venue to duel within the specified time. Jang Yi often saw this name on the World Channel in his previous life. He could solo clear all kinds of difficult dungeons. If he can be recruited into Godslayer, it would be a win-win situation for Jang Yi. At the N20 arena, Duan Feng, a level 35 knight, was already sitting there, waiting. Jang Yi freaks out as the game has only just started, and the guy is already at such a high level. Duan Feng stands up. With a 10-level difference, he gives Jang Yi a chance to have the first move. Otherwise, it would look like he is taking advantage of Jang. Seeing him acting like this, Jang Yi feels a little annoyed, and advises him to stop looking down on others. The winner isn't decided yet. Meanwhile, Zhang Yi is summoning crows. Duan Fen reaches out to his sword, praising Zhang's confidence, taking a defensive stance, and using his skill, Sword Guardian, a level 4 knight exclusive skill that can summon several sword souls. Each sword soul can resist 500 damage and deal the damage resisted back to the enemy. The number of sword souls increases with the skill level. Without even letting him attack, Duan Feng launches his powerful attack, and Zhang Yi ends up getting affected by the reflected damage of the Sword Guardian skill, losing 200 HP. It was all just a trap, him asking to attack first. Concern creases his brows. If he wants to deal damage to him, he must break through the 4 sword souls. Each sword soul can withstand 500 damage at most. This also means that he must take 2,000 reflect damage, and his HP is only 2,000. Noticing him hesitate, Duan Feng charges forward, gripping his sword tightly, charging all 4 swords at him, reminding Zhang Yi that hesitating is giving his opponent the opportunity to kill. Zhang Yi retreated while blocking attacks, knowing if this goes on, he will have no chance of winning. He must find a way to break the 4 sword souls. Suddenly, he remembers checking the items collected from Hao Wang's group. Among them was an undead suit item that helps in not dying if suffering fatal damage. recovers 10% of HP, and has a 25-hour cooldown. Having no choice, he quickly equips it. Right now, he could only rely on the life-saving effect of this undead suit. After equipping it, without wasting a second, he rushes forward using the lightning chain skill. Duanfeng wonders if Jang Yi has a death wish or something. He will be killed by his sword soul before he even attacks because of his current HP. He raises his sword arrogantly, claiming it is over, but little does he know Jang Yi has triggered the undead suit skill's Undead Guardian, which will help him in not dying if he has suffered fatal damage. And just like that, his sword took multiple hits, cracking piece by piece. Increasing his power, Jang Yi shatters the swords. Confusingly, Duanfeng tries to understand what just happened, but, in the chaos, gets stabbed by Jang Yi's poisoned fang dagger. Jang Yi finally defeats Duanfeng and successfully advances to the next round. Jang Yi reaches out to help Duanfeng stand up, praising him and admitting he is very strong, and if it wasn't for his equipment, he would have lost from the start. He then proposes that he join his guild, noting that there is a very difficult hidden dungeon in the north of town, and if they work together, they will definitely clear it with no trouble. Duanfeng praises him back, and as for joining his guild, he will consider it. As of now, the speaker congratulates everyone for passing the first round of the trial, and requests they look at the next round's opponent through the world channel. The next round is about to begin immediately. A familiar figure in a cloak steps on the stage. It is none other than Yaru Han, and the person facing her is Wu Qi. The crowd discuss not looking down on her. In the previous round, she just beat her opponent like nothing. Wu Qi warns her about not showing any mercy. There is no place for sympathy in this arena. On the other hand, Yaru Han assures him to give it all he has got. Outside the Sky Battle Arena, everyone gathers and calls their companions to hurry up, as the battle between the strongest mages has already started. Hearing this, Jang Yi thinks if he can recruit the strongest mage, it would be great for him as well as his guild. Before leaving for training, Duanfeng informs him to contact him in the guild chat if he needs him. In reality, Duanfeng is a training maniac, though he has officially joined his guild. He quickly left a message, hoping to see news of Jang Yi winning the championship. Otherwise, he would be embarrassed to be defeated by him. Jang Yi laughs, putting pressure on him before the match as expected of his comrade. Out of curiosity, he decides to take a look at the rumored strongest mage because everyone is so eager to see this fight. Just as he approaches the arena, his eyes widen in shock when he recognizes it is Yaru Han and the guy from the earlier duel, Wu Qi. Yaru Han's eyes are determined on her opponent, gripping her staff, her body surrounded by a flaming aura. She suddenly casts an ice storm howl with her ice gale skill, covering the entire stage. Wu Qi praises her for having a good staff and claims to make the staff his soon, while he is a little frozen by the ice. Ignoring his arrogant comment, Yaru Han swirls her staff, creating a magic circle with red light beams and challenging his opponent to survive this first. She strikes it with the combined effect of Meteor. This skill summons several meteors, and each meteor inflicts 500 points of flame damage on enemies. The number of meteors increases with the skill level. The meteors summoned are raining down in Wu Qi. Loud cheers for the girl can be heard. From what Jang Yi is observing, Yaru Han has the upper hand, but he has a bad feeling. And just then, Wu Qi smiles and instantly counters Yaru Han's attack, causing an intense explosion. After the dust is cleared, both the players are not on the stage. Jang Yi's thoughts wander. Is Yaru Han okay? Where are they? What is this skill Wu Qi using? At this moment, she appears in the arena. Wu Qi holds her staff, mocking her for facing him. She would have gotten into the finals if her opponent was someone else. The crowd criticized Qi for beating her up so badly and for taking her weapon. Jang Yi calmly steps onto the arena and helps her. Rather than caring about her injuries, she apologizes to him for not protecting the item he gave to her. Jang Yi assures her to not worry and rest, as he will get into the finals, beat him up, and get her staff back. Time passes by, and very soon Jang Yi and Qi Wu defeat their opponents and keep successfully leveling up. After all these rounds, the two finalists are the mage Qi Wu and the only beast tamer of this tournament, Jang Yi. One will strike, one will fail. Who will be the victor? The whole crowd is eager to see the fight, knowing well both the players are strong enough. At this moment, Jang Yi and Qi Wu are facing each other. Jang Yi is looking at him coldly, which makes Qi Wu assume he wants to kill him. So Jang Yi confesses he hates people who take things away from others. Without answering, Qi Wu slams the staff on the ground, causing it to shatter, and laughs maniacally. However, Qi Wu challenges him to get it on his own. Suddenly, everything around turns dark. People wonder what happened. They disappeared again as he pulled the same trick from earlier. The crowd is irritated as they want to know what is going on. Now Jang Yi understands this is why Yaru-jan vanished. Qi Wu creates another dimension. It is a skill called Infinite Void, which creates a void space, and the creator gains a 30% damage increase, while enemies deal 30% less damage, lasting for 5 minutes. Qi Wu arrogantly claims no one will be able to beat him in this space. Dying here will use up the revival chance, and they will respawn in the same area. He gives Zhang an option to surrender quietly, but without replying, Zhang charges straight at Qi Wu to attack with his dagger, but he quickly dodges it. This guy is barely giving him a chance to get close. Also, there is no way to copy his talent. Even undead summoners are not useful either. Qi Wu uses the staff to cast shadow arrows, which damages Jang Yi, losing 700 HP. Jang Yi groans in pain. This is frustrating. Even the most basic spell can chip away 1 to 3 of his HP. If this continues, he won't survive a few more attacks and will die. But what if he can revive in this space? Thinking of this, he smirks and stabs himself, receiving fatal damage. The system declares him dead but also detects 1 revival chance and begins resurrecting him. The revival mechanisms in special areas are different. In duels, players can revive on the spot without going to a resurrection fountain. Jang Yi is now finally awakened. The ring on his finger glows, and a flock of crows is summoned. Chi-Wu's eyes widened in disbelief, accusing him of playing a very dirty game. Meanwhile, Jang Yi claims to never forgive him even if he loses a resurrection chance. Jang Yi attacks with crows, something Wu Qi absolutely despises. He then rushes in for another attack, and Wu Qi comes to the realization, which is enough to make his pants wet, that Jang Yi is faster now, different from before. Jang Yi follows through with a double lightning chain attack, giving 800 HP damage to Wu Qi. Out of fear, Wu Qi murmurs to himself that he can't afford to lose, so he retaliates, but Jang Yi proves to be way stronger. The fight continues, and with all his might, Jang Yi strikes back with insane force, ultimately defeating Wu Qi and winning the duel competition. The spectators can't believe how quickly it ended, but they agree that Wu Qi's defeat was well deserved. After all, he stole the girl's staff first. The host lifts Jang Yi's hand in triumph and announces him as the victor. He brings out the champion's reward, which, when opened, can provide a random level 35 historic rank piece of equipment. Jang Yi thinks to himself that a level 20 poison fang dagger no longer suits him, but a high-level weapon would be a great addition. He opens the chest and receives an ice and fire sword. Jang Yi is thrilled with his new equipment, relieved that his revival chance wasn't wasted, and proud to be a champion. However, he's soon warned not to misuse his newfound power. Shortly after, he is surrounded by others begging him to add them as friends. Jang Yi then returns Hanyaru's staff, as promised, and asks her about the time she mentioned wanting to find her big brother. He adds her to the guild, and his head spins as he receives a flood of guild requests. Poor Jang Yi is then chased by so many people begging him to add them to the guild. The starting guild size is limited to only 10 members, with each level up increasing the cap by 5. Jang Yi can't let random people join, especially since they lack a healer. However, with him, Duanfeng, and Han Yaro, they'd be able to clear the Dragon Crown grave. Suddenly, a man appears in front of them, and Jang Yi gets defensive. But Han Yaro recognizes him as Qinglong and wonders why he's here and the whereabouts of her brother. Qinglong explains that he saw her at the town's entrance, so he followed her. Her brother had left for something important but told Qinglong to protect Han Yaro before he left. Jang Yi, clearly baffled, questions Han Yaro if she knows him. Han Yaro confirms that Qinglong is her big brother's mate. As the tension eases, Jang Yi politely invites Qinglong to join them in the Dragon Crown dungeon, and he takes on the offer and joins them. Meanwhile, at the Dragon Crown grave entrance, Duanfeng is already waiting for them in a pretty good mood. As they prepare to enter the dungeon, some people are spying on them and decide to inform their boss to come. As they enter the dungeon, Han Yaro is impressed by the statues, admiring the realistic touch on them. She gets closer to one of the statues to get a proper look, sensing something feels off about it. That's when the statue's eyes light up red, and it comes to life. Jang Yi realizes the gravity of the situation and warns everyone to be careful because the statues are the Dragon Crown Grave's monsters. Then, he turns to Duanfeng, instructing him to tank damage while they attack from behind and guides his teammates to stick together. The monsters begin to step closer and closer and start to attack them. But Duanfeng is sure about the fact that these lousy monsters got nothing on him. He pulls out his sword and lays an attack at the monster. Duan's eyes show the rage, and he brings the monster to his final moments. All of them continue to fight the monsters. Suddenly, a level 35 Dragon Blood Knight appears on a horse with a red sword in his fist. He catches speed and runs towards them to attack. Just at the right time, Duanfeng notices it, and uses his sword protection to defend against the knight. He then summons the Sword Array, a knight profession skill that causes 3,000 physical damage to enemies, and defeats them as if they held no power in front of him. But before the knight gets taken down, he chants, "Awaken Lord Shigura." On the other hand, at the Tower of Eternity, a man observes Jang Yi with interest. He can see someone familiar from his shadow. However, he thinks his eyes might be wrong since that person is no longer around. He gets drawn back to a flashback, a man being kicked off a cliff into blazing fire. Now, to toy with them more, he chooses to increase the difficulty for them. Meanwhile, the greedy Dragon Crown Shigul absorbs dead underlings' power and upgrades to rank 2 Dragon Crown. Knowing what that means, Jang Yi comes to the realization that the final boss drop's monster egg will be rare. The rank 2 Crown Dragon's attack causes their HP to decrease as fast as lightning. And if this goes on, all of them will be beyond saving. So, Jang Yi guides everyone to split up, run far away, and avoid the Dragon Crown's attack. After that, he pleads with Duanfeng to use his sword protection. However, the dragon's damage is too strong. Duanfeng realizes that his sword soul can only block this one attack, and he can't block the upcoming breath of the dragon. But Jang Yi assures that he will take care of the rest of it. As the dragon breath ends, Jang Yi urges his teammates to attack the Dragon Crown's weak point. his eyes. So, Qinglong uses his level 4 sleeping arrow that causes 4 seconds of stun and lands the shot, hitting it precisely on the dragon. As soon as Qinglong hits him, Jang Yi yells to attack at the dragon with him because attacking the weak point of Dragon Crown can make it temporarily fall into a weakened state. And under a weak state, the damage taken is increased by 100%. Following Jang's guide, they all begin to attack it together. Hanya Rao uses her skill Ice Windstorm to freeze the dragon, and Jang lands the final blow, eliminating the monster, successfully defeating the greedy dragon Shigula. As Jang Yi expected, the dragon dropped good inventory, sparkling his eyes with excitement. Jang just wants the egg, telling them they can take the rest of the equipment. As Jang Yi tries to pick up the egg, some people enter the dungeon and attack him, but Qinglong steps in and takes the damage instead. Jang is stunned over the fact that Qinglong took the damage for him. Upon asking for an explanation, Qinglong says that he's only repaying the favor to him for saving Hanya Ru before, though he explains that he has a revival chance, so he'll be in town waiting for them. Anyhow, he does make sure that if Hanya Ru gets injured, he won't let them off easily. On the other hand, Jang Yi yells at them, wondering why they would stab them from the back. So Lu Chengzhou steps forward and smirks at him, reminding Jang Yi that he warned him he'd make him pay back double the price one day, and that day has arrived. Seeing Lu Chengzhou and its group, Jang Yi stuns, but at the same time tells his friends it's a personal grudge, and they should leave it to him. He cuts his palm and drops his blood on the dragon egg and realizes that it's dragon race blood, the rare beast type in the apocalypse world. He uses his blood to make a contract with the dragon beast. The egg hatches with a huge explosion, and an adorable dragon comes out of it. Duanfeng stands there wondering if the magical beasts that are tamed by the beast's tamers are so harmless and innocent looking. Lu Chengzhe mocks and laughs, thinking he surely can defeat it with no effort. The dragon does pretty sure look harmless, but as the dragon gets furious, Lu Chengzhe taunts get returned to his face. The moment the dragon releases its fire breath, all of them are left stunned, not expecting such a huge attack. The intensity of these flames are so extreme that the people caught in that fire get melted to their last moments. Their leader realizes that it's best to save himself and run away. After the leader escapes, the little dragon comes to Jang Yi and sits on his shoulder, while Jang Yi and the group begin to leave. Hanya Rao asks who they were, and Jang Yi explains. Judging by their off get-up, they must be people from the other race camp, but he still doesn't know why they followed them here. Hanya Rao is still baffled about that strange symbol and its representation. Jang Yi's expression darkens as if he wants to explain something, but he is not able to do it. Later on, they go back to the town. Qinglong gets excited to see the little dragon, but seeing its hot temper, he knows better than to play with it. The system alerts that because an Area 886 player killed the greedy dragon crown Shigura in the hidden dungeon, as the comrade of Shigura, the world boss Gold Skeleton King will descend onto the Hope Town earlier. Jang Yi realizes this is different from his past life and remembers that before, with just lone power, it destroyed half of Hope Town and also killed 60% of its players. Jang Yi thinks that if only he could complete the mission of killing the Gold Skeleton King, then the new Apocalypse Town would be open, and he would be able to find Mu Chen. On the other hand, a servant presents 2 dragon eggs to his master, Mu Chen, and informs him that in Area 886, they encountered a beast tamer, and he killed the dragon crown before them, and even signed a contract with the Black Dragon. Hearing about Area 886, Mu Chen surely finds it interesting, as if he found what he was looking for, and tells his servants to leave. He then opens a room, and a glimpse of a room filled with more dragon eggs is seen. The world boss, God of Death, Gold Skeleton descends to exact revenge for Shigura. The demonic creature claims to be busy earlier, but it has a plan to bury them all today. The demon summons his small minions as well, and they radiate a weird neonic energy. The people of Hopetown gather around while some curse whoever brought it to Hopetown. Some are eager for the item drops. The system says the mission is to protect the whole town. The system generates a task to protect the hometown and prevent the invasion of the Gold Skeleton King. Players who land the killing blow on the Golden Skeleton in the top 3 contributing players will receive generous rewards. Same as the past, other than the killing reward, it will rank according to damage. The higher ranking has a higher chance to get extremely rare legendary rank equipment, and Jang Yi knows he needs to act earlier this time. Turning back to his mates, he refrains everyone from panicking because the Gold Skeleton King moves very slowly. If they maintain a distance of 100 meters or above and use long-range attacks, they won't get injured by it. To bring the monster to its death, Jang Yi urges everyone to follow his instructions. He instructs Duanfeng to go near mobs while others follow Jang Yi and attack the boss. Meanwhile, the Gold Skeleton King unleashes the skeleton soldiers at the town. And while everyone fights the skeleton, one of them gets injured by the skeleton's ferocious attack. The whole group puts up a tough fight unleashing attacks, but the skeletons are too powerful. Meanwhile, Xiaoyu heals the man while others fight. As the outside town gets dangerous, Jang Yi tells everyone to go back in. The skeleton soldiers gather to attack. Jang Yi tells Duanfeng to disrupt their formation and not let them use the array. Duanfeng charges at the formation with his swords and clears it using Blade Tempest skill. Meanwhile, someone tells a clan leader if the fight goes on, all rewards will go to those people from the God Hunt. The greedy leader tells him to go inform the other guild's clan leaders because they can't let the others get the boss reward. Jang Yi can't stand this demon killing people, so he is about to charge fire all spells against it. But before he could, to make Jang Yi pay, the clan leader comes from behind, clarifying they are here for the rewards, as they can't let his guild Godslayer take them all. Hearing this tomfoolery, Jang Yi is quite unable to believe what he said. Do they really think they can beat the boss by themselves? On top of being useless, they are being nuisance, so Jang Yi shows no interest in arguing with them if they want the rewards. They get them themselves as the boss of the skeletons is right in front of them. Meanwhile, the Skeleton King prepares to attack. The Gold Skeleton King unleashes a full-blown attack. But to Jang Yi's surprise, Xiao Yu, who he thought had already left, steps in and blocks the strike with her Shield of Light skill. She figured their team lacked a healer, so she decided to help out. Meanwhile, Qinglong warns Han Yarao to be careful, but her left leg gets stuck, leaving her unable to move. As the Gold Skeleton King prepares to strike again, someone unexpectedly steps in and blocks the attack with his bare hands. He tells Xiaoru to go rest and leave this to him. The Skeleton King boasts about his strength, but the man calmly pulls out his sword and challenges him to show just how powerful the so-called Death God really is. The man attacks, but as expected, the Skeleton King barely feels it, laughing off the blow. He taunts, claiming it only felt like a tickle. The man, however, responds by saying he's just getting started and enters a berserk state. In this form, he sacrifices 1% of his HP every second, gaining a 10% boost to his strength, making him even more dangerous. He charges forward, delivering a berserk slash that hits the Skeleton King hard, knocking off 3,000 HP. Though the Skeleton King loses some health, it's not enough to stop him. Roaring in anger, he vows to make the man pay for daring to attack him and swings his massive weapon. The man, gripping his weapon tightly, leaps into the air to counterattack. Jang Yi realizes the man is using his own HP to power up, but with so little left, one mistake could mean his end. The Skeleton King attacks the man with all its might, believing it will be enough to kill him. But to its surprise, the damage stops at just 1 HP. The man's undying body talent is activated, making him immune to all damage for 60 seconds. The attacks feel like nothing more than a tickle, and he can endure many more weak hits like these. Enraged, the Skeleton King attacks again, but even a full vicious slash fails to deal any damage. Jang Yi watches as the man takes each hit without a scratch, realizing just how strong he is. With its HP dwindling, the Skeleton King pauses its attacks. Seeing this as his chance, the man strikes back and delivers a final combined attack, defeating the Skeleton King all on his own. The Skeleton King drops the Undead Ring, a level 40 legendary item. The ring boosts all attributes by 10 points, and its embedded skill, Death Power, increases the ring's attributes by 50% with each player killed. Jang Yi notes that the ring is an evil piece of equipment, and if it falls into the hands of a wicked player, it could cause serious trouble. Jang Yi thanks the man for his help, but the man reveals that he only did it for Xiaoru. Suddenly, Han Ryo runs up and hugs him, calling him Big Brother. It's then that Jang Yi realizes this is the Big Brother Xiaoru had been searching for. The man reassures her that he's fine and hands her the Undead Ring. The system then announces that player 886 has stopped the world boss Golden Skeleton King's invasion, and that a new city, Poxiao City, has opened. The Big Brother bids everyone farewell, saying they should take their rewards because this place is now part of the past. They all collect their rewards: the Gold Town Soul Armor, Gold Belt, Dead Peony Gold Bow, and Gold Capes. Jang Yi receives Gold Boots, which provide a 5-point boost to all attributes and increase movement speed by 100% for 20 seconds, with a 3-minute cooldown. It's a big gain for him, and with the new city open, he's one step closer to finding Mu Chen. The group admires their new weapons. As they reach the outskirts of Poxiao City, it's clear that the city is a world apart from Hopetown. Qinglong feels uneasy, while Han Yaru finds the towering buildings intimidating. The Town Demon Tower looms before them, 100 floors high. Only those who conquer the tower are eligible to enter the Ion Tower. Jang Yi remembers his past life, where he survived in the apocalypse for 8 years and only reached the 50th floor. The monsters inside the Town Demon Tower are fierce, but the drops are worth it. The higher the floor, the better the loot. Jang Yi wonders just how good the Ion Tower must be. Meanwhile, at the highest floor of the Ion Tower, the man watches Jang Yi, quietly saying, "The true game begins now." Jang Yi notices a group of people in a hurry, arguing as they rush because the town's Demon Tower is closing in just a few hours. Everyone is panicking about being late. Jang Yi steps in and explains to his friends that the Demon Tower only opens every 7 days. He suggests they take advantage of the opportunity and grab some rewards from the lower floors before it shuts, since they don't have any other missions at the moment. Everyone agrees, and Jang Yi casually places his hand on Han Yaru's brother's shoulder, suggesting they check out the tower together. Of course, this is just an excuse for him to copy his god-ranked talent, Undying Body, from him. But the Demon Tower is a solo dungeon, so they decide to temporarily split up and meet later. As usual, Duanfeng charges ahead, rushing in without hesitation since it's a training area. The group enters the tower and starts clearing floors one by one. After passing the 5th floor, Jang Yi levels up to 40 and earns some rewards. At this pace, he figures clearing a few more floors won't be too difficult. Meanwhile, on the 7th floor, a voice from the darkness demands to know who dares to disturb his mealtime. The voice belongs to Shan, a level 55 demon warrior and former chief of the Poxiao City invasion. After the invasion failed, he was sealed inside the Demon Tower. Jang Yi realizes something's wrong. Sean is supposed to be a floor 15 boss, but here he is on the 7th floor. He'll need to be careful. Sean charges at Jang Yi, but when the black dragon attacks with fire breath, it does no damage. Jang Yi quickly realizes he can't win this fight. Sean's attacks are much stronger than before. The tower is about to close in just 10 seconds, and with barely any HP left, Jang Yi knows he's in a tight spot. But he stands his ground, points his sword at Sean, and tells him to bring it on. Provoked, Sean rushes forward for a final strike, but just as he swings his weapon, the tower shuts down. Time's up and Jang Yi is teleported out. Back outside, Jang Yi breathes a sigh of relief, realizing how ferocious the monsters inside were. He's lucky the timing worked out, or he'd be dead by now. Hanya Rao notices her brother isn't with them, but both Qinglong and Jang Yi reassure her that he must have gone off somewhere. Jang Yi insists that her brother is strong enough to take care of himself, though Hanya Rao is still visibly tense. Then the system announces a new special mission, a guild war in the Source City. All major guilds are invited to sign up, and the first guild battle will take place in Energy City. Hanya Rao is curious about the teleportation device listed as a reward, and Jang Yi explains that it's one of the best items in the game. Though it isn't much help in combat, if placed in the right spot, a person could charge teleportation fees every day and make a fortune. Jang Yi realizes it could help him track down Mu Chen faster. He tells everyone to rest for now because in 4 hours, they'll need to get ready for the guild war. Then he asks Qinglong and Xiao Yu if they want to join his guild, since it's short on members. Both of them agree. Meanwhile, on the 8th floor of the Demon Tower, Han Yaru's brother is still stuck there, even after the tower has closed. Realizing something must have gone wrong, he notices a figure standing in the shadows. He demands the figure step forward, and a man with a weapon emerges, lunging at him with a warning. "You shouldn't have come here." The guy mumbles that all trespassers must die. The big brother asks the man if he's an NPC, a guardian, or a player, but the man says neither. He runs to attack, tries slashing his throat as he soars skyward, but the moment the big brother activates the skill Immortality, he suddenly stops when he recognizes the god-ranked talent. The man gives him an option, revealing he is not in a good mood today. So if the big brother promises to keep a secret about today's matter, he will spare him. And as a trade, he will tell him a secret about the apocalypse. He says that not long from now, the apocalypse will face a catastrophe no one can survive, unless... However, he doesn't complete his sentence and tells the big brother that that's all he can tell him, and he needs to find out the rest himself. Before he leaves, the big brother asks how he can leave this place, but the man tells him 7 days later, the tower will open once again. That's when he can leave. Sweat trickled down, and Big Brother noticed that the man stopped when he saw the god-ranked talent, so he wonders if the catastrophe is related to god-ranked talent. He now worries that the catastrophe really exists. Meanwhile, Jang Yi meets up with his guild members and says now that everyone has rested, it's time to go to the Source City and give it their best. Everyone is excited and eager to know what is going to happen next. In the Source City, the announcement says players who die here won't lose their revival chance, won't drop equipment, and will only lose 20% of the crystal obtained in the Source City. The duration is 4 hours. Guilds will be ranked according to crystal, and ranking will refresh every now and then. Crystal has a fixed location, but often spawns at the place where the boss guards. Jang Yi gathers everyone to discuss their strategy. He tells his team they have a disadvantage in numbers, so they need to find nearby areas. So when a place is attacked, nearby teammates can go provide help. Jang Yi tells everyone to split up. They all move to their places. They all are ferociously dealing with different creatures. Jang Yi occupies a rank 3 of Water Crystal Mine. The system alerts the guild ranking. In first is the Disdain Heroes Guild with 20 people and 10,600 crystals. On the second is Hunt Gods Guild with 5 people and a total of 3,000 crystals. The third is the Promise Gate Guild with 10 people and 4,600 crystals. Jang Yi notices that the 5 of them occupy a rank 3 Water Crystal Mine, and if he wants to get a higher rank, they have to occupy more mines. Meanwhile, the Promise Gate Guild leader, Zhao Fei Ming, sees Jang Yi's guild only has 5 people, and each mine has weak defense. They have far more members than Jang Yi, so he tells his members if they attack each mine at the same time, they can easily snatch it. Zhao Feiming tells his team to attack. They attack Hanya Rao's mine and get a hold of her. Zhao Feiming tells his teammates to kill her. While Jang Yi fights monsters on his side, he gets an alert that Hanya Rao is in danger. He turns his back on the monster to save Hanya Rao, so the monster takes the opportunity to attack him from behind. However, Xiao Hei, the black dragon pet, defends against the attack with his fire breath. Jang Yi picks his golden boots and leaves the place to Xiao Hei while he goes to help Han Yaru. The system alerts that Jang has used Gold Boots skill, Gold Speed. This skill increases speed by 100% and lasts for 20 seconds, helping him get to Han Yaru faster. Zhao Feiming presses a sharp blade against Han Yaru's throat, mockingly saying what a pity it is that such a good-looking face is wasted. He then asks Han Yaru if she claims to have companions, then why he doesn't see anyone coming for her. After hearing noise from behind, Feiming turns around and sees Jang Yi approaching. Feiming immediately orders his members to capture Jang Yi. As Feiming's members attack Jang Yi rushes past them, scattering them aside. He stands in front of Feiming and calls him shameless for attacking a single girl with his entire team. Feiming yells at Jang Yi, demanding to know who he thinks he is to teach him a lesson, and dares to attack his people. Roaring in anger, Fei Ming declares that Jang Yi should die for interfering in his business. Fei Ming lunges at Jang Yi, but Jang Yi moves forward at bullet speed with his sword, making Fei Ming shocked and saying that the destiny of them is to get killed by his sword. As Jang Yi defeats Fei Ming, a notification pops up informing everyone that Fei Ming has been killed by Jang Yi, who has obtained 500 crystals. Jang Yi turns to Han Yaru and asks if she is okay. Han Yaru assures him that she is fine, saying he arrived just in time. Sometime later, Disdain Heroes Guild leader Situ Yan approaches Jang Yi and Han Yaru, clapping as he mockingly remarks that a hero is saving a beauty. With a smirk, Situ Yan greets Han Yaru, saying he never expected to meet her there again. He then demands Jang Yi to stay away from Han Yaru, claiming that she belongs to him. Han Yaru tells Jang Yi to ignore Situ Yan, informing him that Situ Yan is a shameless bastard who has been harassing her in the real world. Jang Yi grabs Han Yaru's hand and begins pulling her away. Then Situ Yan calls after Jang Yi, challenging him to a duel, offering a 10th rank 3 crystal mine if Jang Yi wins against him, but if Jang Yi loses, then he has to give him Han Yaru. Jang Yi rejects the offer, saying he isn't interested in babysitting a peacock like him. Situ Yan gets offended by Jang Yi's rejection, saying how dared he to reject his offer and refuse him. Situ Yan launches a sword attack at Jang Yi and Han Yaru. Seeing the attack coming, Jang Yi shields Han Yaru, telling her to be careful, and promising to get her out of there once he deals with Situ Yan. Jang Yi leaps towards Situ Yan. Situ Yan snarls that none of them are allowed to leave from there. In the next moment, flying swords knock the weapon out of Jang Yi's hand. Realizing that he has no time to fight back, he watches as Situ Yan rushes towards him. In just a few seconds, Situ Yan manages to pierce Jang Yi with his sword, saying that he possesses legendary rank talent. Han Yaru screams Jang Yi's name, but suddenly, violet blue energy begins to radiate around Jang Yi. Jang Yi reveals that he possesses a god rank skill. On the street of the city, the battle between Jang Yi and Situ Yan takes place. Situ Yan strikes Jang Yi with the blue illuminating energy of his sword. Jang Yi holds the blade, stopping it from piercing his shoulder. Situ Yan gets shocked after witnessing that. Jang Yi challenges him, saying that if his legendary talent is truly strong, then he should come and try that again. The next second, Jang Yi easily removes the sword from his shoulder and pushes it aside, shocking Situ Yan once more. Situ Yan wonders how this is possible, thinking it must be an illusion. He shouts at the rest of his guild members, ordering them to come out and kill Jang Yi. Jang Yi questions Situ Yan, asking if this is his so-called fair battle when he secretly planned an ambush from beforehand. Situ Yan yells at Jang Yi, declaring that he must kill him today. Situ Yan's members rise into the air and surround Jang Yi, attempting to capture him. Jang Yi realizes that this is actually convenient, as he was worried because he wouldn't have enough crystals. He surrounds himself with his violet blue energy, blocking their attacks. Situ Yan's members yell in panic, calling Jang Yi a monster and saying that he used his body to block all their attacks, as if his body were an endless black hole. Then suddenly, a huge black dragon with red glowing eyes appears behind Jang Yi. Jang Yi tells them that if they are done attacking him, then now it's his turn. The next moment, the dragon breathes fire on Situ Yan. Situ Yan yells at Jang Yi, telling him not to think that he will hand over his crystals just because he was defeated. Jang Yi punches Situ Yan, finishing him completely. A notification pops up informing that Jang Yi killed Situ Yan and obtained 100 crystals. Jang Yi smirks, saying he knew that Situ Yan wouldn't keep his promises. Yao comes out and asks Yaru what happened and if everyone is alright. Yaru reassures her that everyone is fine and explains just now, the Promise Gate Guild and Disdain Heroes Guild attacked, but they were all defeated by Jang Yi. After some time, they check their guild ranking. Jang Yi informs everyone that now they have only half an hour left, and if they want to get higher than Disdain Heroes Guild, then the only way is to make use of long range and snatch all Disdain Heroes Guild spots. They realize that they will need an expert to accomplish this. Han Yaru steps forward and asks Qinglong to attempt it since he is a professional archer. Qinglong apologizes, saying that he doesn't think he can do it. He remembers losing many times in archery final championship finals, failing miserably despite trying his hardest. He recalls people calling him useless, trash, and mentally weak. Deep down, Qinglong accepts that maybe he is truly not suitable to shoot arrows. Jang Yi places his hand on Qinglong's shoulder, telling him that he is the best archer he has ever seen before, and that he has the best accuracy. Jang Yi reminds him of how he saved everyone at Dragon Crown Grave. Under such a situation, he was still able to accurately shoot the dragon's crown eyes. Compared to that, it will be a piece of cake for him to shoot those Disdain Heroes Guild's members. Qinglong agrees, saying that he will try his best. They all cheer as Qinglong climbs onto the roof, takes aim at Situ Yan and his members, sets his position, and releases an arrow at Situ Yan. Situ Yan stands with his team, boasting that he wanted to show off in front of Han Yaru, but never expected a kid to steal his spotlight. One of his members reassures him, saying that once they secure first place, Han Yaru will know who's stronger. Another member chimes in, agreeing that the competition is almost over, and their opponents can't catch up to their crystal count. Suddenly, an arrow fired by Qinglong pierces Situ Yan's shoulder, making him groan in pain. Enraged, Situ Yan demands to know who shot him, his eyes widening when he sees Qinglong. Qinglong smirks, promising to end them in one fell swoop. Qinglong jumps off the building, and they all charge forward to attack the Disdain Heroes Guild. The system updates, showing the number of people and crystals. Jang Yi effortlessly defeats a guild member with a single swing of his sword, gaining 200 crystals, while Qinglong climbs onto another rooftop, lining up his shot. The countdown for the guild war begins, with 50 seconds remaining. 35 seconds later, Qinglong releases his arrow. With just 12 seconds left, arrows rain down on a group near a cluster of crystals, taking them out. Finally, time runs out, and a voice from the airship announces that everyone should congratulate Hunt God Guild for becoming Source City's champion. The system updates again, displaying the final count of people and crystals. Jang Yi praises Qinglong, calling him amazing and confirming that he knew Qinglong was the strongest archer. The other members echo his praise. Meanwhile, the members of Disdain Heroes Guild ask C2 Yan why they're not going after the Hunt God Guild. C2 Yan snaps at them, saying he's already lost enough face in front of Hanyaru. Just then, a large case falls from the sky toward the Hunt God Guild. The host announces that it's the champion reward they earned in the Source City Guild War, and tells them to check it. As they open the case, they find a variety of useful devices. Jang Yi picks up a teleportation device, thinking it will make traveling much easier and more convenient. C2 Yan walks up to Jang Yi, telling him to be cautious during the alien race event. He warns that God's guilds have already taken notice of him, and his life won't be easy. With that, C2 Yan turns and leaves. Hanyaru, curious, asks Jang Yi what C2 Yan meant by the alien race and God's guilds. Jang Yi admits he's not sure, but thinks it might be related to the black-cloaked figures that appeared at the Dragon Crown grave. As evening falls, Jang Yi walks through a carved passage toward the guild members, unaware that he's being watched by a purple-haired girl behind a wall. While walking, the purple-haired girl deliberately bumps into Hanyaru, rudely apologizing and telling her to move aside. In the process, she steals a ring from Hanyaru's inventory using her assassin profession skill, which allows her to steal items. Qinglong yells at the purple-haired girl to watch where she's going, as she bumped into Hanyaru. Hanyaru looks at the purple-haired girl suspiciously, realizing her ring is missing. She tells Jang Yi that there's a thief, as the ring her brother gave her is gone. The purple-haired girl immediately begins running, and Jang Yi orders Qinglong to chase after her. However, the girl climbs onto a nearby rooftop, smiling at them before disappearing. Qinglong approaches Jang Yi, asking if he was able to capture the thief. Jang Yi replies that he couldn't, as she used a teleporter to escape to Moonlight City. Qinglong asks about Moonlight City, wondering if it belongs to another race. Jang Yi confirms it, adding that the God Guild C2 Yan mentioned might be tied to the alien race, and they need to investigate Moonlight City. Jang Yi also recalls that upgrading the dragon race's talent requires prestige from all 3 camps, and only 9 of them can use the alien race's prestige. He realizes they could also find out more about Mu Chen in the new city. Jang Yi turns to Qinglong and Hanyaru, saying they'll stay behind with the others in case Hanyaru's brother shows up and can't find them. Hanyaru agrees, asking him to be careful, and Qinglong reassures Jang Yi that he'll protect Hanyaru. Jang Yi adjusts the teleportation device, configuring it so he can return any time if something goes wrong. He steps inside the device and orders the man to teleport him to the alien race's Moonlight City. The man in the uniform nods, agreeing to the request. In Moonlight City, Jang Yi receives a notification that he's been teleported there, but at the cost of minus 100 gold coins. He mutters internally, complaining that the teleportation fee is way too high, and just like that, 100 gold coins are gone. As he walks through the city, he suddenly hears someone scream for help. He wonders who could be screaming at such a late hour, but quickly realizes that Moonlight City isn't exactly the safest place. Following the sound, he spots 3 men bullying a girl who's sitting on the floor, leaning against the wall, looking helpless. The girl begs them to stay away, but they laugh, taunting her to keep running if she's so good at it. One of the men raises his sword to strike, but Jang Yi leaps forward and positions himself between the girl and the men. The man roars at Jang Yi, asking who he is and if he knows the consequences of provoking them. Without hesitation, Jang Yi strikes the man with his sword, replying that he knows they shouldn't be bullying a little girl. The blow forces the man to stumble, and he quickly orders the other 2 to run, admitting that Jang Yi is stronger than them. As the men flee, Jang Yi turns around, looks down at the girl, and asks why they were chasing her. The girl nervously admits that she only kill-stole a boss from them, and they've been after her ever since. Jang Yi asks her who they are and why they're so arrogant. The girl replies that they're from the God's Guild, and everyone in Moonlight City is afraid of them. Jang Yi pieces it together. Those men are from the God's Guild, and their outfits resemble the ones worn by the mysterious figures he saw at the Dragon's Crown grave. After this exchange, Jang Yi decides to leave, telling the girl that she should hurry home since it's dangerous for someone like her to be out this late. But the girl stops him, asking him not to leave. Jang Yi turns around and asks why she's following him. The girl hesitantly admits that she's afraid those men will come after her again. Jang Yi, with a slight gesture, tells her to follow him. She agrees, promising she won't be a burden to him since she knows the city well and can help him if needed. Jang Yi leads her to a hotel and rents 2 rooms. He sees her safely to her room, then goes to his own room and lies down, finally relaxing after a long day. That night, as he sleeps soundly, the little girl enters his room, holding a knife in her hand. She walks toward him, thinking that this is her chance to claim 10,000 gold coins. She strikes at Jang Yi, but he effortlessly dodges the knife, still half asleep. The girl scoffs to herself, wondering how he'll dodge the next strike. However, Jang Yi wakes up suddenly and smacks her across the face, mistaking her for Mu Chen and accusing her of betraying him. The girl winces in pain, holding her face. Jang Yi quickly realizes she's not Mu Chen but the girl he brought with him earlier. Confused, he asks why she's in his room. She responds innocently, claiming she had a nightmare about the men chasing her and was scared. Jang Yi sighs, pulling her onto the bed beside him. He reassures her not to worry and promises to keep watch while she gets some rest. As the girl lies beside him, Jang Yi watches her closely, realizing she might be slowly luring him in. He wonders what tricks she has up her sleeve. The next morning, Jang Yi and the little girl stand outside Moonlight Church in the city. Jang Yi asks her if she's sure the God's Guild members are inside. The girl confirms, explaining that she secretly followed them but lost track of them after they entered the church. Just then, Mu Chen appears behind them, glancing at the little girl with interest, thinking she's attractive. He extends his hand toward her, attempting to grab her arm, but Jang Yi turns around, grabs Mu Chen's wrist, and recognizes him. Mu Chen, surprised, yells at Jang Yi, demanding to know who he is and how he knows his name. Jang Yi, closing his eyes to focus, calmly grabs a lunch from his bag and throws it at Mu Chen's face, replying coldly that he's not worthy of knowing his name. Mu Chen falls to the ground, crushing one of the tents. The citizens of Moonlight City watch in shock. One comments that Mu Chen, who's always the one beating people up, never thought he'd be the one getting beaten instead. Another calls it karma, saying things just got interesting. Mu Chen grits his teeth and asks Jang Yi who he is and whether he has a death wish. The little girl interrupts, telling Jang Yi that Mu Chen is one of the ringleaders in the area and warns him not to provoke him. Jang Yi replies that Mu Chen is exactly the person he wants to take down. He stares at Mu Chen, thinking about how he expected someone like him, someone who betrayed him in the past and now bullies others, to be the one to face him. The system announces that the player, Mu Chen, has activated stealth. Mu Chen steps forward, weapon in hand, declaring he'll kill Jang Yi for trespassing on his turf. Jang Yi realizes it's the assassin's stealth move, which erases one's presence completely, allowing them to strike from the shadows. He senses Mu Chen's approach, but the assassin lands a hit, drawing blood on Jang Yi's face. Flashbacks of painful memories flood Jang Yi's mind as he recognizes the move. This is the same tactic Mu Chen used to ambush him last time. As Mu Chen leaps into the air to strike again, Jang Yi blocks the attack with his sword, determined not to let history repeat itself. Mu Chen is shocked, wondering how Jang Yi can predict his moves when he can't even see him. Jang Yi answers the unspoken question, saying that he'll never forget Mu Chen's moves no matter what. With that, he kicks Mu Chen to the ground. Jang Yi taunts him, asking if he really thought he could kill him, and now they'll see who truly has the ability. Mu Chen grits his teeth and demands to know who Jang Yi is, cursing his bad luck for meeting such a skilled opponent. Jang Yi raises his sword to attack, but suddenly a black figure emerges from the ground, taking Mu Chen away in an instant. Jang Yi realizes that it's the same group of black-cloaked figures trying to rescue Mu Chen. He yells at them to stop, but they vanish with him. Afterward, Jang Yi and the little girl arrive at the location where the black figure disappeared with Mu Chen. The little girl tells him that this is the place he's been looking for. Moonlight Church, the headquarters of the God's Guild. She warns that it's dangerous inside, and they might have lured him here on purpose. She asks if Jang Yi is sure he wants to go in. He confirms, saying he has his reasons. She cautions that charging in without a plan will definitely attract the attention of the God's Guild. Then, she reveals 2 hallucination pills in her hand. Jang Yi, surprised, asks why she carries them. She whispers that every solo player should have a few. It's a necessity. She then tells him their target is coming. Jang Yi uses the hallucination pills to knock out a few soldiers, rendering them unconscious with a touch. He orders them to sleep quietly. Afterward, he and the little girl wear the soldiers' uniforms and approach the church's entrance. Meanwhile, in a secret chamber inside Moonlight Church, Mu Chen wakes up with a cough, disoriented, and asks where he is. The fair-haired man smiles mockingly, asking if Mu Chen is frustrated after getting beaten by the stranger. Mu Chen yells, demanding to know who he is and why he was brought there. The fair-haired man answers coldly, saying that a hostage has no right to ask questions. From now on, Mu Chen's only choice is to stay put. Otherwise, he'll die before he even knows it. Jang Yi and the little girl approach the soldiers in a disguise, standing at the church's door. Jang Yi tells them they're here to change shifts, and they should go get some rest. One of the soldiers agrees, saying he's already ready for a nap, while the other warns them not to fall asleep on the job. As Jang Yi and the little girl walk inside, one of the soldiers suddenly turns around and grabs Jang Yi, saying it's not time for a shift change yet. Without missing a beat, the little girl steps forward and makes them both unconscious by waving her hand in the air, releasing hallucination pills. Once inside, she informs Jang Yi that the person he's looking for should be in there. He takes off his mask, but the little girl surprises him by removing her uniform, saying her mission is complete. Jang Yi turns to her, confused about her intentions. She slams the door shut, trapping him inside. Outside, a soldier hands her a packet as her reward. She takes it, then speaks to Jang Yi internally, telling him she forgot to mention that betrayal is common in Moonlight City. Trapped inside, Jang Yi quickly realizes that the little girl was sent by the God's Guild, just as he suspected. He decides he needs to see for himself why they went to such lengths to lure him there. He throws his helmet to the ground and continues down the corridor. Suddenly he notices pink flames on the walls and a group of people sitting on the floor. One of them, a massive guy, declares that he can easily take care of Jang Yi, and that it was a waste for the boss to summon them all. Another man with glowing green eyes yells at the giant, telling him the boss must have his reasons. If he thinks he can handle Jang Yi, then he should go ahead. The huge guy grins and accepts the challenge, boasting that he'll show them how he'll crush Jang Yi. He stomps his foot, grabs his weapon, and hurls it at Jang Yi, shouting for him to catch his axe. As the weapon approaches, Jang Yi pauses, sensing the strength behind it. He stretches out his palm and uses his Calling 100 Crows spell. Instantly, countless crows appear in the sky, flying in all directions. Jang Yi realizes that after using this spell, the number of crows will double. Moments later, there's a loud thud. The huge guy grabs his weapon again and leaps toward Jang Yi, scoffing that a silly crow trick won't defeat him. He swings his axe at Jang Yi, but Jang Yi calmly draws his sword, stomps it on the ground, and creates an ice wall in front of him. The huge guy, shocked, curses and slips on the floor. His head spins, and Jang Yi mocks him, saying big people are bad at balancing. The giant yells at Jang Yi, accusing him of playing dirty. The man with the glowing green eyes turns to a long-haired guy and says their boss was right. They'll have to step in. The long-haired guy replies that he really doesn't know what Jang Yi is trying to prove. Without warning, the long-haired guy rushes at Jang Yi, wrapping a bandage around his body. Jang Yi, caught off guard and not expecting the attack, suddenly finds himself trapped as a spiked bone barrier rises, closing in on him. Panic sets in as he realizes he can't even move. He's about to collide with it. As Jang Yi realizes that he is about to die with a spiked bone barrier, he immediately calls out his black dragon's name. Suddenly, green energy begins to surround the area, and Blackie emerges from it. The long-haired guy is surprised, wondering how a normal beast tamer can have such a powerful grade 1 dragon. Blackie begins to spread a bright flame everywhere with a roar, and the long-haired guy realizes they underestimated Jang Yi. Jang Yi frees himself from the bandage and strikes the long-haired guy with his sword, throwing him to the ground, flexing that they didn't underestimate him. He's just too strong. Jang Yi pats Blackie's head, saying that he hasn't seen it in a while, but it managed to level up to grade 1. The long-haired guy asks the huge guy what they should do, because their intel didn't mention Jang Yi's grade 1 dragon emperor. The huge guy replies that they have no choice but to take a risk. After that, the huge guy rushes toward Jang Yi and Blackie with his people, holding a weapon in his hand and shouting for Jang Yi to die. Jang Yi swings his magic sword, creating flame energy around it, and strikes at them, demanding that they kneel before him. As Jang Yi and Blackie hit them with flames, they all fall to the ground. As they collapse onto the frozen floor, their boss approaches the huge guy, calling him by name and saying that it's enough, ordering him to stand down. Yuan argues, saying that he just needs some more time. The boss interrupts Yuan's mid-sentence and glares at him, saying that he told him to stand down and that he will be the one to die if he continues fighting. They all get up, and the huge guy, Yuan, tells Jang Yi that their battle isn't over, and that next time, the victor will be decided. Jang Yi replies that if they aren't afraid of dying, then he'll gladly play along next time. The boss approaches Jang Yi, saying that they finally meet at last. He asks if it's not Jang Yi's first time in the apocalypse. Jang Yi wonders who he is and how he knows about him. Jang Yi replies to the boss that he has no idea what he is talking about. The boss tells Jang Yi that he doesn't have to act in front of him, and that he has known about this ever since Jang Yi entered the Hidden Dragon Crown's grave to take the magical beast egg. Jang Yi says he doesn't want to waste his breath on him, and demands to know where Mu Chen is and to bring him here. The boss asks why Jang Yi is in such a hurry, and informs him that he brought him here because he wants to work with him. And if Jang Yi agrees, then only they will uncover the secret of regression. He offers that he will give him the best equipment and unlimited wealth in the apocalypse. The boss then warns Jang Yi, summoning his huge, terrifying monsters behind him, saying that if he refuses, he won't be able to walk out from there alive. Jang Yi rejects the offer, thinking that the promise of equipment and riches come from oppressing the poor. As Jang Yi refuses, the boss's two monsters rush toward him with a roar. Jang Yi realizes that he just used immortality, and now it's on cooldown. Not knowing his full strength yet, he hastily attacks, but the situation is disadvantageous for him. He grips the teleportation device in his hand, feeling grateful that he had luckily set the coordinates back in the City of Dawn. Jang Yi teleports and vanishes, dissolving into pixels. The boss sighs, thinking that he will let him go this time, but next time he won't be so lucky. He turns around and looks down at Mu Chen, who is sitting on the floor. The boss says to Mu Chen that Jang Yi must want to take his life, because there must be some bad blood between the two of them. The boss turns back, asking Mu Chen if he really thinks Jang Yi will let him go. Mu Chen yells in panic, saying that Jang Yi is going to kill him. The boss kneels in front of Mu Chen, telling him that he just has to kill Jang Yi before Jang Yi kills him. He stands looking down at Mu Chen, reassuring him not to worry and that he'll help him in killing Jang Yi. The boss thinks that everyone must obey him in the apocalypse, but since Jang Yi rejected him, all that awaits Jang Yi is death. Jang Yi teleports to another location, his mind racing. He narrowly escaped the dragon's breath. If he'd been even a second too late, he would have been toast. The boss's grade 2 dragon emperors seem like a real pain to deal with, and Jang Yi can't help but wonder who this boss is and how he knows he's a regressor. He starts to suspect that the boss might be the same as him. Just then, the system fairy pops up, telling Jang Yi that his fatigue is at its limit and urging him to rest at a nearby rest point. Jang Yi realizes he's drained from his trip to Moonlight City. He needs to rest at the inn or Han Yaru will start worrying if he doesn't return soon. Entering the inn, the receptionist informs him that he selected the express recovery service, which costs 20 gold coins. Jang Yi overhears some people talking about him. One person is shocked that he's spending money to recover his fatigue bar. Another person comments that they're all sitting around recovering slowly. And someone else says that 20 gold coins could buy a whole set of equipment. Jang Yi checks his balance and sees he still has 30,000 gold coins left. He decides he'll need to upgrade his equipment soon. Meanwhile, Han Yaru sits next to Yao, wondering where Jang Yi is. Yao, looking worried, comments that their leader might be in danger. Suddenly, Jang Yi walks up behind them and reassures them he's fine. With his abilities, he says, he still has energy left after taking on an entire guild by himself. Han Yaru and Yao breathe a sigh of relief when they see him. Jang Yi awkwardly smiles at Han Yaru, telling her that he hasn't found any information on the Ring of Death yet, but he's determined to get it back. Han Yaru smiles back, saying it's okay, she just lost it because she wasn't alert, and she's just happy he's back safe. Yao asks Jang Yi if he's seen Qinglong. Jang Yi replies that he asked Qinglong to gather intelligence since the purple-haired thief came to the City of Dawn, and she's bound to have left some traces. Just then, Qinglong approaches them. Jang Yi greets him and asks if he found anything. Qinglong replies that he has some important information. The ring stolen from Han Yaru is being auctioned tonight. Jang Yi immediately remembers the faces of Mu Chen, the boss, and the little girl. If the ring is being auctioned, it means the thief will be there too. Jang Yi thinks this might also be a good opportunity to get some top-tier equipment. After all, the challenges ahead won't be easy. They all agree to head to the auction. At the venue, the host announces that the monthly auction is about to begin, showcasing rare pets, high-quality equipment, and valuable tools. Han Yaru turns to Jang Yi and asks if he's not coming inside with them. Jang Yi tells her to go ahead without him, as he has some business to take care of. He steps aside, thinking back to a hidden menu in a shop that he remembers from his past life. It sells great items but isn't well known. Jang Yi finds the shop, and the shopkeeper asks what he's looking for. Jang Yi considers the situation. Dealing with a ring thief isn't too hard, but there are a lot of eyes in the auction house. If he makes any big moves, he might attract unwanted attention. He decides to prepare some items in advance. He asks the shopkeeper for some pancakes and fruits, paying full price. The shopkeeper grants him access to the hidden menu and asks what he wants to buy now. The system congratulates Jang Yi for unlocking the hidden menu and shows that he has 1,000 gold coins. He picks up a green potion. Jang Yi remembers that only 5% of the Apocalypse players unlocked the hidden menu, and while these potions are expensive, they're far more powerful than ordinary ones. Jang Yi decides to buy them all. The shopkeeper praises his choice, saying he's the first customer to discover this special stock. Jang Yi checks his inventory and feels a pang of regret. He's just spent 4,000 gold coins in an instant. Still, he hopes the mission will succeed this time. Jang Yi enters the auction house and wonders why it's so quiet. Did he get the wrong venue? The host announces that the starting bid for a sheepskin scroll is 100 gold coins and asks if anyone wants to buy it. The audience groans, impatient for something valuable. Jang Yi approaches Han Yaru and asks if the Ring of Death is being auctioned. Han Yaru tells him it hasn't come up yet, as they're currently auctioning the sheepskin scroll of unknown origin. The host, looking disappointed, announces that since no one wants the sheepskin scroll, she'll withdraw it. Jang Yi recalls that the sheepskin scroll contains the dragon race's hidden mission. In his past life, big clans and guilds went crazy trying to get their hands on it. He raises his hand and bids 100 gold coins. The audience laughs at him, calling him a clueless rich guy for spending that much on something they consider worthless. Someone comments that even if it were free, they wouldn't take it. The host hands the scroll to Jang Yi. He knows that for the others, the sheepskin scroll is no different than toilet paper. But for players in the dragon faction like him, it's a treasure. Once he completes the hidden quest, he'll get his hands on exclusive dragon equipment, and everyone will be jealous. The host announces that the next item is the Ring of Death, a legendary great item with a starting bid of 10,000 gold coins. The audience murmurs excitedly, wondering who brought such an expensive item. Han Yaru whispers to Jang Yi and gestures toward a suspicious-looking man with fangs, saying he looks shady. Jang Yi agrees, noting that with that appearance, the fanged guy must be from Frost Peak City, the main city of the Beast faction. He wonders why a Beast faction member is in the Human faction's main city, and even with C2 Yan. Han Yaru praises Jang Yi, saying he knows everything. Jang Yi chuckles and ruffles his hair, saying he just happened to read up on the Beast faction when choosing his own faction. The fanged guy stands up, drawing everyone's attention, and announces that he's claiming the Ring of Death. He warns everyone not to bother bidding because he'll double any offer. Some people in the audience wonder what's so special about the ring, while others realize they have no chance of outbidding the rich fanged guy. A man steps forward, calling the fanged guy a bastard from the Beast faction, and demanding to know what gives him the right to cause trouble in the Human faction's main city. The fanged guy punches him, asking if he's qualified now. Another man suggests the first man leave quickly, as the fanged guy is not someone they can afford to offend. At that moment, Jang Yi places his hand on the man's shoulder, glares at the fanged guy, and declares that as long as he is here, he surely can forget about taking that ring. The fanged guy is young Master Shuo. C2 Yan informs Chue that Jang Yi is the one he mentioned earlier, and that he has divine talent. Zhu glares at Jang Yi in rage, declaring that since he dared to provoke the Frost Peak City blood sect, Death is the only thing awaiting him, no matter his divine talent. Jang Yi whispers to Qinglong and Feng Duan, asking them to create a disturbance to buy him some time and make things chaotic. Qinglong and Feng Duan agree without hesitation, saying they're experts at causing trouble. The two approach the audience, and Feng Duan shouts, asking everyone if this is the human race's territory. Why are they letting the beast race run wild here? Qinglong adds, agreeing with Feng Duan, that if word of this spreads, they'll all be too embarrassed to show their faces in the City of Dawn. The crowd begins to stir, murmuring that if they don't do something, they'll be the ones getting beaten. They challenge the beast race to a fight. Qinglong eyes the beast race members in fur coats and remarks that they've been annoying him from the start. He then asks if they're not worried about getting rashes from wearing fur coats in such heat. Feng Duan, shouting from behind, says there's no need to reason with people like them. They should just attack. A full-blown battle erupts, with everyone fighting like it's the end of the world. One man from the beast race grabs Qinglong and yells that, after so many years in this business, this is the first time he's seen people courting death. Jang Yi grabs his advanced invisibility potion, opens the lid, and drinks it. Instantly, he becomes invisible and undetectable for 3 minutes. He follows it up with an advanced mist potion, creating a thick fog at a target location that can't be dispersed for 3 minutes. As the battle rages on, Jang Yi grabs an advanced burning potion, hurls it at the beast race members, and the potion explodes in flames, drawing shouts and curses from the beast race. The host stands with her assistant, who holds a tray containing the ring of death. Jang Yi, still invisible, moves toward her, eyeing the ring. He thinks to himself that no one will take it today, except for him. He picks it up and slips it onto his finger. Moving behind Shui, Jang Yi swings his fist, thinking that the arrogant Shui is now the one getting hit. He strikes Shu on the head from behind, knocking him to the ground. C2 Yan rushes to Zhu's side, asking if he's okay. Zhu yells into the air, demanding the idiot who dared to hit him reveal themselves. Jang Yi kicks both Shui and C2 Yan, knocking them down again, then places his foot on C2 Yan's chest to keep them from getting up. C2 Yan shouts, asking who ambushed him since they can't see Jang Yi due to his invisibility. Zhu swears that whoever keeps attacking him will die. The system bar informs Jang Yi that the invisibility potion is about to wear off in 10 seconds. Realizing time is running out, Jang Yi decides to deal with Shui and C2 Yan later. He activates his golden flash skill, doubling his speed for 20 seconds, and immediately escapes, leaving Qinglong and Feng Duan to continue stepping on Shui and C2 Yan, along with the others. Zhu yells at them in anger, asking if they're blind and demanding they stop stepping on him. C2 Yan, with tears in his eyes, cries out that he's from the human race and that they're attacking the wrong person. Once the invisibility potion expires, Jang Yi sends a message in the group chat, informing everyone that the mission is accomplished, and telling them to retreat and meet in the small alley in front of the auction house. Feng Duan and Yo reply, agreeing to meet him there. Later, Jang Yi stands in the small alley in front of the auction house. As his companions approach, Hanyaru asks if he's okay, mentioning how worried she was when he suddenly vanished. Jang Yi shows her the ring in his palm, saying he obtained it, but explains that in order to protect auction items, the system has implemented a seal. He tells them that if an item is privately removed from the auction, it will return to the owner's inventory in 3 minutes. They wonder if their efforts were wasted, but Jang Yi reassures them, saying he'll use the seal to track the thief and follow the item to the consignor's location. He sets the teleportation point to beacon, and the system announces that the teleportation point has been set. Hanyaru exclaims in excitement, impressed by Jang Yi's cleverness, while Yao compliments him, saying she knew she didn't follow the wrong person. Jang Yi turns to Hanyaru, assuring her he'll bring her back, as the 3 minutes are nearly up. Jang Yi gets teleported to beacon, thinking to himself that today he'll unmask the thief for sure. Meanwhile, the ring suddenly appears on Diewu's hand. The system informs her that the Ring of Death has returned due to an incident at the auction house. She wonders why the ring returned and whether Jang Yi's group is catching up to her. Just then, the ring glows, and Jang Yi immediately appears in front of her as the teleportation completes. He glares at her, stating that he knew it was her, accusing her not only of stealing Hanyaru's ring, but also of luring him into the Gods Guild's trap. He demands to know her plan. Diewu smirks, admitting she never thought he'd escape the Gods Guild, but acknowledges he's somewhat capable. Without warning, she turns and begins to run. Jang Yi chases after her, demanding she stop and hand over the ring. He declares that she will explain herself today. Diewu mocks him, saying he can only catch her in his dreams. Jang Yi grabs her hoodie, but she slips out of it. He growls, saying he won't let her escape so easily this time. They share a moment of silence before, suddenly, a huge axe flies toward them, crashing through the stones. It's Shui, who shouts at Diewu, asking why she stopped when she's so good at running. Shu's eyes widen as he smirks upon seeing Jang Yi with Diewu. He suddenly realizes that the Beast faction possesses a prey tracking skill, allowing them to track a target's scent over 1,000 miles. Shu laughs menacingly, saying he didn't waste his time chasing her, but now he's glad to find them working together. He declares that he'll deal with both of them at the same time. Hearing this, Jang Yi and Diewu start running. Jang Yi asks her how many people she's offended and why both the aliens and the Beast factions have grudges against her. She replies that it's all a misunderstanding. Then, clinging to his waist, she calls him brother, with tears in her eyes, and begs him not to leave her behind. Annoyed, Jang Yi asks when he became her brother. He reminds her she didn't see him as a brother when she ambushed him. Zhu charges toward them with his axe. yelling that they dare to flirt in front of him, and declares that they can die together. Zhu makes a sharp jerk with his axe, causing the surroundings to light up with a bright orange glow. A massive giant beast appears behind him. Jang Yi recalls that the girl had just called him brother earlier, but she vanished the moment danger appeared. Zhu attacks Jang Yi, yelling that he will show him what happens when someone dares to challenge him. The system announces that player Jang Yi has been hit by Beast Skin Charge, detecting his 800 HP. Jang Yi falls to the ground, clutching his stomach in pain. He realizes that Shu's attack is extremely high, while the Beast Tamer's starting defense is too low, causing him to lose a significant amount of health in just one hit. Jang Yi leaps onto the edge of the rooftop and glares down at Shui, who still stands with an axe in his hand. Shui yells at Jang Yi to hand over the girl, kneel, and apologize, so he will consider sparing his life. He accuses them, claiming that he saw Jang Yi and the girl passionately embracing each other. Jang Yi looks at Shui in shock and confusion, demanding to know when he supposedly saw them acting intimately. He warns Zhu to stop speaking nonsense or else he'll sue him. Shu argues back, yelling that he clearly saw what the two of them were doing just moments ago. He recalls the scene in front of Jang Yi, where Jang Yi and the girl were sitting on the edge of the rooftop, Jang Yi touching the girl's chin. Ji recognizes the familiar scent from the girl and wonders if she is the one who escaped. He curses under his breath, thinking they were acting all intimate in such a place like that. After his accusations, Zhu scoffs, saying that if he hadn't shown up, who knows what Jang Yi and the girl would have been doing next. Jang Yi sneers at Shui, sarcastically saying, "Hats off to you because your trolling is next level." Jang Yi changes his attribute and strikes Shui with his sword, asking if he is a hopeless romantic in disguise. The system announces that player Wuhan Zhui has suffered burn damage, detecting 300 HP. Zhu smirks at Jang Yi, declaring that it's just a flesh wound and that he can take this as a gift from him. Zhu then throws blue energy at Jang Yi, stating that he will show him the disparity between their power. As Zhu approaches, his eyes suddenly light up with glowing energy. Out of nowhere, burning yellow energy begins to surround Jang Yi. He wonders what's happening, because he is using the same skill, yet the damage keeps increasing. Xu laughs, saying that he forgot to mention that the lower his HP, the higher his damage output. Jang Yi immediately drinks an advanced HP potion. The system reports that Jang Yi has regained several hundred points. Zhu glares at Jang Yi in rage and attempts to strike him but misses. Jang Yi straightens up and crosses his arms, taunting Shui, asking why he stopped attacking him. Then Jang Yi smirks, saying that since he's more generous than Shui, he will take 1,000 damage on himself. Zhu grips his axe tightly, shouting that it's impossible and he almost just died. The girl observes the situation and warns Jang Yi that no matter how many potions he has, they'll be useless if Shui uses that move again. Zhu glares at Jang Yi, saying that having an advanced HP potion won't save him and that the real battle has only just begun. He activates his bloodthirsty frenzy power, and bright pink rays begin to surround him, making him look even more terrifying while gaining several hundred HP. Jang Yi is shocked and asks why Zhu's HP is increasing. Jang Yi steps back from him and grabs a green potion, realizing that he never expected Zhu to have an epic talent that allows him to recover HP through dealing damage. Zhu slowly approaches Jang Yi, gripping his glowing pink axe. He tells Jang Yi that today, he will teach him the consequences of offending the blood sect. Jang Yi stands on the edge of the rooftop, looking down at Shui and taunts him, saying that relying on potions to fight a battle of attrition is useless. He then challenges Shui, asking if he really thinks his bloodthirsty frenzy is unbeatable. Jang Yi faces an opponent who can absorb his health, but he has a clever trick. Instead of avoiding damage, he purposely takes a hit and drinks a powerful poison potion. His enemy, thinking he's gaining the upper hand, absorbs the poisoned HP instead. Realizing too late, the opponent starts losing 200 HP every second for a full minute. Jang Yi mocks him, offering even more poison. Trapped by his own ability, the enemy regrets falling for the trick, realizing Jang Yi had planned it all along. Afterwards, Jang Yi finds himself where his health is dangerously low, but he has a plan. He activates his immortality ability, which allows him to survive just long enough for the poison to finish off his opponent. His enemy, desperate to recover, realizes that his health is dropping faster than he can heal. Jang Yi then offers to sell him an advanced HP potion. The enemy is furious after realizing he overpaid, but before he can react, the poison takes full effect, paralyzing him. Afterwards, Diewu attacks him, ready to end the fight. Player Diewu defeats player Wuhan Shui, but he comes back to life in Frost Peak City because he had one revival chance. Angry about losing, he promises to get revenge. Jang Yi insists that he has no connection to the girl, but he knows no one will believe him. His poison begins to disappear just as she returns. He asks why she came back thinking she ran away, but she denies it, saying she stayed because their enemies came to kill her. Someone watching from behind comments on how lucky Jang Yi is to have such a beautiful companion. Meanwhile, the enemies panic that their so-called strongest leader is dead. One of them, realizing he backed the wrong side, tries to escape, but Jang Yi stops him, saying they still haven't settled their score yet. Jang Yi demands to know why the Beast faction is in the City of Dawn. Yan Situ trembles and reveals that they were after Diewu to retrieve a special card. Moreover, Jang Yi wonders what kind of card is so valuable that they would chase her this far. Afterwards, Diewu casually pulls out the card, saying she got it after assassinating someone in Frost Peak City. and to her, it's just a shiny object with no real use. But Jang Yi immediately recognizes that it's a divine talent card. Moreover, he realizes that every player can only have one talent, which might explain why she hasn't been able to activate it. She doesn't seem to know its true value. Then it clicks for him that she got the card by killing someone, which means the rumors were true. Divine talent cards can be obtained by eliminating their owners. Jang Yi learns that divine talents can be transferred to other players, but only by killing the previous owner. Moreover, Yan Situ begs for his life, insisting he has shared everything he knows. However, Jang Yi refuses to let him go since he has seen the card. Moreover, he eliminates Yan Situ, ensuring the secret dies with him. Then, Daewoo asks Jang Yi if he isn't afraid that she will kill him, to which he responds that she is smart, and the blood sect is now after both of them. Moreover, keeping Jang Yi alive can help divert their firepower. Jang Yi is curious about the divine talent hidden within her card, wondering just how powerful it could be. Moreover, he offers a new deal. If she hands over the Ring of Death along with the card, they can settle things peacefully. Afterwards, she wonders why he is so desperate for the ring, suspecting it once belonged to someone important to him. Jang Yi confirms his promise to return it to her. Afterwards, Daewoo gives up the ring but insists on keeping the divine talent card for herself. Jang Yi's trade partner gives him a warning, advising him to keep the golden card a secret, and at the same time, he is urged to leave quickly. The blood sect will not let this matter slide and will soon come seeking revenge. Moreover, Jang Yi remains confident. He isn't afraid, believing that even their strongest member won't be able to defeat him. Meanwhile, the Beast faction proves to be fierce fighters, not only tough, but also deceitful. They had ambushed their enemies while the guild leader was away. Yaru wonders over what might be happening on the guild leader's side. Suddenly, a warning is shouted that Yaru is in danger. But before the enemy can attack, Jang Yi steps in and saves Yaru. Moreover, he informs them that their boss has already been sent back to Frost Peak City, and soon they will be joining him. The guild leader arrives, and his team welcomes him with concern. Jang Yi reassures them that he's unharmed, though getting away from the Beast faction was tough. Afterwards, Jang Yi returns the ring to Yaru, keeping his promise. She always believed he would succeed. With many players reaching level 50, they need to train harder to keep up. Everyone is eager to move forward. One teammate flexes that he'll soon be strong enough to defeat monsters with a single strike. However, great fortune often brings greater danger. Now that Jang Yi knows the truth about divine talents, both he and Yaru-han are at risk. If others discover this secret, they will become targets. Determined to grow stronger before that happens, Jang Yi finally reaches level 50 and unlocks a new mission to advance his class. His stats show that he is a beast tamer from the dragon race, gifted with the rare ability, "What's yours is mine." However, he has no extra lives left, making every battle a risk. After spending so much time dealing with the blood sect, he has finally caught up with the top players. Standing in the busy streets of the City of Dawn, his team looks to him for guidance. They've reached the highest level for now, and what's their next step? Jang Yi responds that to grow even stronger, the team must raise their level cap. The only way to do this is by completing their second class change. Level 50 isn't enough for Jang Yi to get his revenge, and Han Yaro and the others need to improve as well. Outside the job change hall, players attempting the class change test are being knocked down one after another because the challenge is far too difficult, and the requirement of 20,000 points seems impossible to achieve. Frustrated players complain about wasting their gold on the test fee only to be defeated. Moreover, some regret spending money just to get beaten up. In the City of Dawn's trial grounds, players gather, watching the challenge. A confident girl stands asking if anyone dares to face her. Afterwards, Jang Yi steps forward, determined to take on the test, and also reminds her that in Apocalypse, raw stats alone don't guarantee victory. Skill and strategy matter just as much. Moreover, the key is knowing how to use abilities effectively. Above them, a small machine floats, tracking every move. The second job change mission requires players to be at level 50. The challenge is a solo trial, with an entry fee of 100 gold. To pass, they must fight the trial instructor, earning points by dodging attacks or landing hits. Reaching 20,000 points within 10 minutes is the goal. Moreover, success unlocks the ability to level up to 70 and grants new class-specific skills. The machine above them will calculate every action, determining whether they pass or fail. The trial begins, and Jang Yi makes his move. Instead of rushing in, he cleverly avoids close combat, knowing it's a risky strategy against a fighter. With impressive speed, he keeps his distance and unleashes a powerful attack, Chain Lightning, and reminds her to have a taste of electricity. Afterwards, the system registers his actions. Dodging an attack earns him 1,000 points, and landing a successful skill attack gives him another 1,000. His score jumps to 2,000 in an instant. The onlookers are shocked because they didn't expect him to gain points so quickly. Some who doubted his abilities now see his skill in action. Daewoo realizes that she underestimated his opponent and decides to step up his game. Afterwards, she swings his weapon, the Void Warhammer, only for it to disappear into air. Confusion spreads as one can tell where the Warhammer went. The Void Warhammer strikes, causing a loss of 2,000 points. The trial instructor proves to be a tough opponent, making the challenge even harder. The guild members watch with concern, unsure if their leader can pass. However, Yaru remains confident, knowing Jang Yi always finds a way to succeed, no matter how difficult the situation. Determined to win, Jang Yi avoids giving any more chances for attacks. In his past life, he failed this challenge over 200 times. but those attempts gave him the battle knowledge he needs now. Using his Beast Tamer ability, Shared Vision, he sees through the eyes of his summoned creatures. With their help, he dodges attacks and gains points. Daewoo becomes suspicious and realizes something is helping him predict moves. Moreover, she notices the summoned crows and quickly changes her strategy, preventing him from earning more points by dodging. Realizing he must finish the fight quickly, Jang Yi makes his final move. The system announces his victory that he has completed the second job change quest. Now, as an advanced Beast Tamer, he is stronger than ever. The guild members cheer for him, amazed by his 22,000 point score. Meanwhile, in Moonlight City, a powerful enemy prepares to attack. With the best gear in the game, she sees this as the perfect moment to take down Jang Yi. Mu Chen is not sent alone. He receives support from experienced fighters who have battled Jang Yi before. With new equipment and recent level ups, they are expected to succeed. For this mission, they follow Mu Chen's lead. They confirm their orders, determined to complete the task. Before leaving, he receives a special scroll, usable only once in emergencies. With everything set, they begin their journey to the City of Dawn. Mu Chen is determined to make Jang Yi regret becoming his enemy. Meanwhile, in the City of Dawn, Jang Yi and his team enjoy a barbecue. Moreover, Jang Yi agrees that it's the best he has had in Apocalypse. The conversation shifts to training as the others prepare for their second job trials. She promises to complete them soon and catch up to Jang Yi. One of them whispers, asking about his new abilities from the second job advancement, to which Jang Yi agrees to demonstrate them during their next dungeon run. Afterwards, Jang Yi reviews his newly unlocked skills, eager to master them. One stands out, Demon Substitution. It allows him to escape control effects, leaving behind a substitute that spreads fear among enemies when attacked. With a cooldown of 30 minutes, this skill will be a valuable tool in battle. Jang Yi's enemies finally catch up to him. Among them are players from the Divine Guild, now working alongside Mu Chen. Jang Yi wonders how they ended up as allies. Afterwards, Mu Chen steps forward. Yi Jag questions why Mu Chen is throwing away her last moments instead of using them wisely, to which Mu Chen reminds him that he escaped last time, but luck won't save him again. Ignoring the threat, Mu Chen takes charge, instructing her group. 4 of them will handle the others while she deals with Jang Yi personally. A swordsman confidently steps forward, eager to test his strength. Moving at an incredible speed, he attacks first. Despite his quick attacks, Mu Chen reacts even faster, seizing control of the fight. Meanwhile, Xiaoyao finds herself in danger. As she shouts for help, someone warns her of an ambush up ahead. Afterwards, Jang Yi is trapped by Shadowbind, a high-level control ability. A dark shadow appears beneath him, stopping his movements for 10 seconds, leaving him completely helpless. Moreover, Jang Yi's enemies surround him, reminding him that he is alone. With Shadowbind still in effect, he can't move, making him an easy target. His opponent is eager to see if he can still fight back. In an instant, Demon Substitution activates, and Jang Yi vanishes, leaving a decoy in his place. Mu Chen realizes too late that he has fallen into a trap. Before Mu Chen can react, Chain Lightning Strike activates. However, to Jang Yi's surprise, Mu Chen remains unharmed despite the direct hit. Moreover, he is wearing the best armor in all of Apocalypse and believes no ordinary attack can harm him. He prepares to unleash his strongest ability and activates Heavenly Star Purgatory. Jang Yi narrowly avoids an attack with Blackie's help and counterattacks using Wings of Chaos, sending sharp wind blades at Mu Chen. Moreover, Mu Chen is shocked to see that Jang Yi now commands a Grade 2 Dragon Emperor, proving a great difference in their strength. Afterwards, Jang Yi declares that Mu Chen will always be beneath him. Frustrated, Mu Chen realizes too late that Jang Yi has completed his second job advancement. Desperate, he remembers the one-time use scroll that might give him a chance to fight back. Mu Chen, unwilling to accept defeat, activates a special ability, challenging Jang Yi to show his true strength. Confident that Carol's information was accurate, he believes he can even take down Jang Yi's Grade 2 Dragon Emperor. He threatens Jang Yi, declaring that this will be his last day. Holding Xiaoyao, he dares Yaru to try and rescue her. In response, Yaru attacks him, to which he quickly calls on his skeleton ally for support. Afterwards, Yaru again attacks them with arrows, breaking down their spiked bone barrier. The opponents try to capture Xiaoyao, but Yaru rescues her just in time. On the other side, Feng Duan confidently claims he will finish the battle, but his opponent laughs and strikes first. However, Feng Duan skillfully uses his swords to take down one enemy, leaving 3 still standing. Just when they think they are winning, the enemies reveal their true plan. Their actual goal was Jang Yi, and suddenly, something goes wrong. His team realizes too late that this was all a setup, and Jang Yi is now in serious danger. A loud voice interrupts, demanding peace while trying to enjoy a meal. However, the fight continues. Jang Yi is being chased, with his enemies determined not to let him escape. Afterwards, he commands Blackie to stay away from crowded areas, knowing the powerful attacks of a Grade 4 Dragon Emperor could cause massive destruction. Realizing that dodging won't help him find a weakness, he decides to strike back. With full confidence, he believes in Blackie and prepares for battle. Blackie is signaling the beginning of their counterattack. It's time to settle all past conflicts once and for all. Mu Chen is confused if they are overestimating their skills or underestimating him. He thinks that the Grade 4 Dragon Emperor's breath is going to annihilate them all, and even if they have immortality, their magical beast is not going to survive the dragon's breath. A notification pops up that player Jang Yi has taken damage from a grade 4 dragon, and the Emperor's breath is 50 HP. The Soul Link, a second-tier Beast Tamer exclusive skill upon activation. The damage taken by the magical beast is going to be transferred to the Beast Tamer for 60 seconds, and the cooldown time is 3 hours. As long as Shi Zhang's immortality doesn't run out, Blackie is going to be invincible. He commands Blackie to attack with its right wing, as according to him, a dragon's wing is the weakest spot on the body, and once it is damaged, the dragon is going to lose his mobility, which is the best way to limit his attacks. The notification shows that the grade 4 dragon is damaged by Blackie's claw attack. Jang Yi feels that the grade 4 dragon Emperor is weird, as he has lost 500 HP from his breath, but it lost 1500 HP from Blackie's claw attack, which means the damage from the grade 9 dragon Emperor is lower than usual, and it's taking more damage, which seems an illusion because only illusions deal so little damage while taking more damage from attacks, which made him think that it is not a real grade 4 dragon Emperor, but an illusion created through contract summoning. The contract summoning utilizes a contract with a high-level monster to summon its illusion for battle, and the stronger the summoned monster is, the higher the price is, and minor costs result in physical harm, while greater costs may result in one's spirit being consumed. Mu Chen is confused as to what is happening with him, and in that case the appearance of the minions from the Divine Guide and the scroll makes sense to them, and he thinks that Carol is using the idiot to deal with him. Jang Yi questions Mu Chen that it seems like he doesn't know the backlash of using the scroll, but he didn't accept that as he knew he wouldn't lie to him. Mu Chen had gotten so much stronger by then. He didn't want it to end like that. Jang Yi asks him to look at his frail body, which is the price to pay for using contract summoning, and makes him realize that he is a pawn from the very beginning. Mu Chen threatens him that if he is going to die, he is going to drag all of them with him, as he has sacrificed all his power to the great Dragon Emperor, and that madman is prepared to fuse with the illusion of the Dragon Emperor, and he decides to turn the entire city into hell. Everyone starts panicking and shouts to each other to run as there is a madman who is killing everyone. Jang Yi is shocked and says to Mu Chen that even though he is at death's door, he is still not repenting, and he blames himself as he could not see his true nature before. Mu Chen questions, what if Jang Yi is a regressor, and asks him if he is going to kill him if he had another chance. But that time Mu Chen is the one who is going to kill him. Blackie grabs Jang Yi as he thinks Mu Chen is completely mad and lost all his senses, and as long as Jang Yi can destroy the scroll, he can sever the connection between the main body and the illusion, which is going to cause the illusion to vanish. He wants Blackie to cover him and attacks Mu Chen, but instead Blackie is harmed in saving Jang Yi. Yarao questions Jang Yi if he is alright and apologizes as they are late to reach there. Jang Yi points out to her that Blackie has sustained critical injuries while saving him, and he is finding a way to heal him. Also, the person who orchestrated all that is going to pay for sure. Outside in the City of Dawn, in the tranquil forest, Jang Yi runs fast as Yaru closely follows behind. She wonders what he is doing so early in the forest. Jang Yi keeps running toward his goal, thinking about Blackie being injured and the extremely rare resurrection potion in the apocalypse that can heal any wound, no matter how serious. He mutters to himself that Blackie is already in a weakened state, meaning he has taken critical damage and is on the brink of death. Normal healing potions are practically useless, and if he wants to save Blackie, he has to get that potion. Jang Yi thinks about how he cannot summon Blackie in his weakened state. He abruptly comes to a stop, realizing that the resurrection potion can only be obtained by completing the potion production task with the apothecary, Leifia. He calls out, saying that they finally meet again. Leifia is crouching down, playing with a plant between her fingers. Just then, he remembers the last time he collected everything she needed and asked for the resurrection potion before collapsing on her. He recalls how Leifia made the potion and fed it to him. Leifia turns around, sensing his presence, and asks if he is looking for her. He urgently asks Leifia to give him the mission for creating the resurrection potion. Leifia, confused, asks how he knows she is researching the resurrection potion. He quickly replies that it's not important and asks for her diary so he can save Blackie. Leifia shows him the diary and asks if this is what he is looking for. She continues to explain, but he cuts her off, completing her sentence, saying he knows the diary contains hints on where to find the 3 rare materials, and that she can create the resurrection potion if he brings them to her. He takes the diary from her and tells her that he already knows the dialogue. Leifia asks how he knew what she was going to say, but Jang Yi simply turns around and thanks her. A notification appears, showing that his mission has started, and the instructions tell him what to do. He thinks about how the first part of the mission is to get the essence of life from the demon ceiling tower. It looks like he has to make another trip there. Leifia warns him that these 3 items are hard to obtain, and that if he goes alone, it might take at least half a month to return. Jang Yi, with a determined face, tells her that he will be back with the items soon. Behind one of the trees, Yaru watches the scene unfold. She wonders if Jang Yi is doing all this to save Blackie and questions how he knows about this method. Suddenly, with a gloomy expression, she thinks about how Jang Yi is always moving ahead and how she also wants to help him. With determination, she promises herself that she will find the other 2 items and starts following him. The demon ceiling tower opens as Jang Yi rushes through the crowd, pushing people aside. Someone calls out to him, but all he can think about is his promise to Blackie. He vows that he will definitely make the resurrection potion and heal him. He slams his hand against the door and orders it to be opened, saying he is in a rush. The door opens with a bang as the demon warrior yells, demanding to know which fool dares to disturb him during his slumber. Jang Yi trips him, sending the warrior crashing to the ground. In a hurry, he demands to know where the transfer gate to the next level is. The demon warrior, now furious, gets to his feet and charges toward Jang Yi as he suddenly recognizes him. Jang Yi thinks this is a perfect opportunity to use his new skill. As the warrior attempts to strike him, his weapon passes through Jang Yi. The warrior screams in anger, realizing that Jang Yi is using a clone. Furious, the warrior shouts that Jang Yi has no respect for him. But Jang Yi then activates Soul Search, completely entrancing the warrior. As the search completes, he extracts all the information about the person behind the warrior. Jang Yi wonders why he has memories from his past life. Could it be because they were once real people? The demon warrior faints as Jang Yi moves forward. He soon comes across 2 gates and thinks about how normally, each level only has a blue transfer gate to advance to the next stage. But here, there are 2 gates with different colors. He recalls that this scene appeared in Sheen's memory just now. Looking ahead, he decides he would like to see what lies behind the red gate. The transfer initiates as he enters level 30. On the other side, a mysterious man wearing glasses smirks as he watches Jang Yi on the screen. Pressing a button, he starts transforming his character. With a sinister grin, he declares that Jang Yi is finally here, and it's time for them to play a game. Jang Yi made it to Demon Ceiling Tower level 30, which is shocking for him, as he never thought that the red door was going to transport him directly to level 30, which saved him quite a few times, and then all he needed was to get the Essence of Life, which is above the church. Suddenly, a 6-winged fallen angel level 60 appeared and threatened Jang Yi that as he has challenged the level 30th, she is going to show him what absolute powers look like. Jang Yi is quite shocked by seeing her use such a powerful attack from the start only. Bahang loses his senses and tries to figure out where he is, as according to him he was resting on level 9, so where did he come from? He questions Jang Yi about what is going on there, and he tries to figure out that Jang Yi is looking for some sort of trouble, as he is challenging that place right after his second advancement and class change. Jang Yi wants to know why the boss is a 6-winged fallen angel, as he feels he is not strong enough, and tries to figure out what he should do and why there are so many human remains there. According to Jang Yi, the 6-winged fallen angel seems ruthless to him. Notification pops that unknown human remains of humans who are killed by the 6-winged fallen angel. Somehow, Jang Yi comes up with a solution after looking at the skulls and bones and tells them that it's time for them to take revenge. A divine talent undead summoner starts. Jang Yi commands his warriors to arise and surround it. The fallen angel tries to shake the undead corpses that Jang Yi throws at her as the undead keep trying to shove her down. She looks around and finds out that Jang Yi is running towards the tower. She finally realizes as she voices out her thoughts, acknowledging that it was his plan to use the undead to block her so he could steal the essence of life. With a sharp motion, she raises her hand, summoning a swirling storm of electricity. The sky above darkens as a low rumble echoes across the battlefield. Crackling energy spirals around her, building up into a massive surge of power. With a single command, she unleashes her AoE spell, Lightning Domain. The magical storm erupts, covering the entire area, its chaotic energy lasting for 10 minutes. Every 3 seconds, a violent surge of lightning crashes down, dealing 500 magic damage to all nearby enemies. With a blasting thunder, in an instant, the entire undead horde bursts into ashes, their bodies vaporized by the sheer force of the spell. The fallen angel steps forward, the corners of her lips curling into a smirk. With a slow and deliberate motion, she crushes a skull beneath her heel, letting the dust scatter in the wind. A flash comes toward Jang Yi as he panics. The fallen angel smirks as she declares that his games are over. Suddenly, a green light blooms out of nowhere, slashing the fallen angel right through the stomach. She turns around and finds Bahuang running toward her. She panics, thinking that it is impossible and wondering why there is another player on this level. On the other side, the man in glasses narrows his eyes, his fingers tightening around the edge of his desk. He watches the chaotic battle unfolding on the screen, irritation flickering in his gaze. Alarms start going off, warning that the body is damaged and the connection is about to be lost. The man in glasses thinks about how the technology to control NPCs through data transfer is still unstable. He finally gives up, saying that they just got lucky today. He tells Jang Yi that he will meet him very soon as the fallen angel collapses and the connection is lost. His voice is low, laced with frustration. He leans back in his chair, his fingers tapping against the console. He watches as the connection weakens, the fallen angel's body flickering before collapsing to the ground. The system crashes, severing the link. Bahuang stands there, his grip tightening around his weapon. His expression is unreadable, his eyes locked onto the spot where the fallen angel had just been. Jang Yi acquires the potion and asks what Bahuang is doing here and how it is possible if this is a solo dungeon. At the Tower of Eternity, the man in glasses looks at the scene through his screen as he orders Apocalypse Spirit to replay the footage from the battle. She obeys his orders, He keenly examines the details of the fight and suddenly asks her to zoom in on the bottom right corner. As she zooms in, he finds another person in a face mask helping Bahwang. He lets out a sigh and declares that there was another troublemaker at the scene. At the Demon Ceiling Tower main gate, the remaining time before the Demon Ceiling Tower closes is 3 hours, 5 minutes, and 57 seconds. Qinglong is worried, thinking about the guild leader planning to come out right before the gate closes. The time left is 3 hours, 2 minutes, and 45 seconds. Bahwang thanked Jang Yi for looking after little Ru for the past few days, but he denied it as there is no need to thank him. He only did what he thought he was supposed to do, and Yaru is going to be happy seeing him. Yaru is excited and happy seeing his young master back. Qinglong claims that Little Miss has vanished since morning, and she is also not replying to any of their messages. But Bahwang knows that she has always been cautious doing things, so there must be a special reason. Jang Yi wants them to think carefully, as if she was acting strange before she vanished. Qinglong tells them that she was at the plaza last night, as she was standing in the middle of the plaza facing the statue as if praying for something. And as her eyes were closed, he didn't bother her. Jang Yi thinks that Yaru must have been undergoing the praying mission, as once he told her that praying is one of the casual missions in the apocalypse where players have to go to the main plaza at 9 p.m. and pray for 3 hours straight. And by doing this, there is a chance to receive a reward from the god of dreams, a dreamstone. But the dreamstone doesn't have much use. It's just a decoration. But if one waters it with the dream spring water, which is found in the dream spirit manor, one can get a dream flower. And according to all this, Jang Yi figures out that Yaru must have gone to the Dream Spirit Manor. Bahwang wants them to hurry and go there. At the Frost Peak City Dream Spirit Manor, Qinglong tries sending a message to Yaru, but he is unable to do so. He panics as to what is going on. The Dream Spirit Manor is the domain of the dream god, Lament. He sets up protective formations in order to resist the invasion of enemies during the apocalypse, and many dangerous monsters roam free within the manor. The moment when the players step in the protective formation, they are going to lose the ability to message other players, which is why Yaru is unable to send and receive messages there. Jang Yi commands them both not to split when they enter, as if they do so, it is going to trouble them, as they can't communicate with each other. On the other hand, Dunshi tells Yaru that they are depending on her when they fight the Dream Spirit later, as she is the highest leveled and best equipped maid in their group, which is not a problem for her. But all she wants is that if they drop the Dream Spring water, he has to keep the promise and give that to her. Liushu wants her not to worry, as they only want the dropped equipment, as they have no use for the Dream Spring water. Hanya Ro, along with Dunshi and Liushu, arrived at the Dream Spirit Manor. Just then, 2 dream spirits emerged from behind the dark bushes to attack them. Dunshi alerted them as they all got into their positions. The spirits came running toward them. Dunshi activated Adamantine Fury as a huge red fury erupted and caught both spirits in one go. He yelled that he had stopped the spirits with his skill and ordered Yaru to do her part. Yarao raised her wand, gripping it tightly as the air around her started to shift. Cold energy gathered at her fingertips, sending shivers through the ground. Then the storm hit. A fierce blizzard erupted, sending razor-sharp ice shards flying at the spirits. The spirits let out painful, distorted screams as the ice struck their bodies. Dunshi saw the scene and let out a "wow," saying that a level 50 mage was really powerful and that it felt like he had a godly teammate. Suddenly, a red hue surrounded the unmoving spirits, catching Liushu's attention. Just as they thought it was over, she walked toward them and informed her teammates that a flower was growing out of the dream spirit's corpse. She raised her hand to touch the beautiful flower, but Yaro quickly told her not to. The moment Liushu's fingers brushed the flower, its petals twitches violently. In an instant, the single bloom multiplied, spreading like wildfire across the battlefield. All 3 of them stepped back, taking in the new change. The 3 of them snapped their heads toward the voice. A figure now stood among the crimson field, her form eerie yet graceful. The blood-dead dream spirit had awakened. A voice called out to them, saying that pitiful humans like them must not have a home to go back to. She looked at them and said that since they didn't have a home, why didn't they just stay here with her? She caught the 3 of them in her red strings. The dream spirit goes through dream transformation and turns into Yaru. Liushi looks at the scene as she asks in horror why the dream spirit looks like their Miss Mage. Dunshi relaxes her, informing her that this is the blood-red dream spirit's strongest skill, where they transform into the highest level player on the enemy side to copy their equipment and skills. The 3 of them sat around the crimson field as Liushi begged Yaru to save her. Yarao looks around herself and realizes something. She then takes out a purple glowing stone. She starts speaking mostly to herself that these flowers live in the shade, as she throws the stone on one of the flowers. The flower, upon its touch, withers in an instant. She screams in realization that these flowers are scared of the light, and they can use light to deal with them. Upon hearing that, Liushi uses her exclusive skill and activates Sun's Blessing as the bright yellow energy surrounds them, healing their injuries as well. As they were getting up, arrows came shooting towards them out of nowhere. Yarao grabs Liushi and jumps to the opposite side as the arrows pierce through the dream spirit, who quickly changes back to her original state. A lot of people come running towards the area and start claiming ownership of the blood-red dream spirit. Yarao looks at them and thinks that the light must have attracted all the surrounding players, and they all must be after the reward from the blood-red dream spirit. Liu Shi, filled with anger, raises her voice, saying that they were the ones who found it, so they must have her. Yaru stops her and whispers, telling her to calm down. She instructs her that they will wait here to observe the situation and let them wear down the blood-red dream spirit first. All of a sudden, some people come making their way and introduce themselves as the Blood Sect. They surround the blood-red dream spirit and announce that everybody should get lost because this dream spirit belongs to the Blood Sect. Then they start attacking the other players who even try to go near the spirit. Dunshi explains to them that they're from the Blood Sect, the most notorious sect in Frost Peak City. He told them that he had seen them bullying ordinary players once, and they abused their power to steal and kill others without batting an eye. Ya Rao quickly steals a glance and realizes that they are the ones who appeared at the auction, and it would be troublesome if they recognize her. She tugs on her hood to cover her face more as she tells her teammates to move before they catch them. As they try to discreetly leave, Wuhan, their leader, calls them out and throws his axe to stop them. The hood moves away from her face as Wuhan says loudly that he was right. She is the one who stood beside Jang Yi in the auction, and he demands to know where he is now. Yaru shifts her eyes as she mutters that she doesn't know what he's talking about. Soon, the whole sect surrounds them as Wuhan accuses her of lying to him. He says that he didn't go to the city to take revenge, but she came all the way up here to deliver his revenge to him. Dunshi comes in front of her, shielding her as he says that there must be a misunderstanding because she is traveling with them, and if they want the blood-red dream spirit, then they wouldn't bother them anymore. Wuhan, without listening, kicks Dunshi in the guts, sending him reeling on the floor without any mercy, as he says that he wouldn't leave without his revenge. Liushi holds him as she replies that they just came here to do a dungeon run, and now the Blood Sect is doing too much. Wuhan only scoffs at her as he gets to his feet and says that if she wants to leave so badly, she can go to hell, and he runs towards them to attack. Ya Rao quickly uses divine talent of undead summoners as two spirits appear and block his attack. The remaining players get scared as they start running towards the exit, saying that the Blood Sect is going too far when the lady didn't even provoke them. Ya Rao fights with him as he mocks her, saying that her partner is so heartless, letting her come here alone into grave danger. She attacks him using Fireball, but he dodges it and quickly attacks Yaru. She tries to run as he yells that he gave her an easy way out, but she rejected it, and now she shouldn't blame him for being vicious. People start running out of the Dream Spirit Manor. Jang Yi stops someone from the crowd and asks what happened inside as he tells them that the Blood Sect killed a few players just to snatch a blood-red spirit, and that they also caught a girl. Jang Yi stops and thinks if it's Yaru. Yarao struggles to breathe as Wuhan strangles her. He says out loud that he will give her one more chance and orders her to call Jang Yi over. Some other people from the Blood Sect look at her as they talk among themselves, saying it's a pity for such a young girl to sacrifice herself for her boyfriend like that. Another one replies that Jang Yi is probably a coward and must be trembling in fear now. He must be scared to come out after seeing their numbers. Just then, a slash comes out of nowhere, ending their lives in a second. Wuhan turns toward the commotion as he sees a punch coming toward his face. Jang Yi punches him with full might as he screams that how dare anyone touches her and sends Wuhan flying away from Yaru. He quickly holds Yaru in his arms as she apologizes for making him worry. Jang Yi tells her that it's okay and that he will take care of the bastards from the Blood Sect. Wuhan stands back up and calls Jang Yi out, saying that he must be confused because this is the territory of their Blood Sect. He orders his men to restrain them, because he's going to teach them a lesson. The whole Blood Sect comes surrounding them as Jang Yi protects Yaru. Just then, people start falling down with big thuds as Bahuang comes running toward them, screaming that he will slaughter all of the bastards for touching his little sister. Bahuang and Qinglong stand in a protective stance in front of them. Jang Yi assures him that Yaru is okay but heavily injured. He asks them to look after her because the Blood Sect is full of sly people. Qinglong tells him that he will take care of her. Ya Rao takes out a ring and holds it in front of Jang Yi, telling him to take it because it might help him. Jang Yi takes the Ring of Death with a smirk. He starts attacking the Blood Sect people as the Ring of Death absorbs the power of the fallen players. He thinks how the Blood Sect is just a group of riffraff. He looks at the ring and how it glows and thinks that its growth potential is astonishing. Let alone Wuhan, he can win even if a second advancement berserker comes. Wuhan, surprised, quickly orders his people to shoot at Jang Yi. After all the arrows land, Jang Yi stands up and thanks him for the power because it helps in provoking his abilities. He activates Passive Triggered, where he can summon a demonic hell dragon. He smirks as he mutters for them to feel the wrath of the demonic. Hell dragon? An enormous dragon comes out of nowhere and lets out an uproar, breathing Hellfire Dragon Blaze, which burns the Blood Sect people. Wuhan looks at it and thinks that there is no way Jang Yi got this much stronger in just a few days because he only beat him through luck last time. He holds his axe and runs toward him, saying that he will get his revenge for everyone. But as he charges, a sword pointing at him stops him. He asks Jang Yi what he is doing and says that the Blood Sect is the #1 guild in Frost Peak City. If he dares to harm him, the guild won't let him off. Jang Yi tells him that he already killed him once and can do it a second time as well. He informs him that his sect is full of evildoers, and he will kill everyone he sees. And if his sect comes after him, he will wipe out the whole sect. With that, he slashes his head off his body and speaks that he should be a better man in his next life. Someone asks what they should do with the blood-red spirit and says they can get a hefty reward if they kill it. Jang Yi tells them not to kill her. He tells Yaru to give the dreamstone to the spirit. Suddenly, the glow changes around the spirit as she asks them to follow her. They follow her to the dream spring water as she calls the slumbering spirits out and tells them that it's time to wake up. The water bubbles up as another spirit comes out of the water, introducing herself as the god of dreams and welcoming the chosen one with a smile. The dream god has been waiting there for so long enough that she is not even able to remember the time period, and she also has a special gift for the first player who finds her, which is Yaru, and she gets a dream flower. The dream flower is really helpful to them, as that way Blackie is going to be saved. Jang Yi thanks Yaru, as this is possible because of her. Qinglong suggests the young master patrol the perimeter, as there might be some people from the blood sect left. Meanwhile, Bahuang pretends not to see what's going on there. Jang Yi is trying to figure out how to create the resurrection potion. He struggles by trying the method which Leifia does. A notification pops up that player Jang Yi has completed the mission, which is creating the resurrection potion, which has a reward of resurrection potion X1. Jang Yi wants Blackie not to worry anymore. As previously, he has suffered so much, but after this drink, he is going to recover soon. He gives Blackie the drink, and within a few seconds, their lively Blackie is back. Suddenly, a notification says that the hidden team quest of the Dream Spirit Manor has been triggered. Jang Yi is not sure about what is going on, but he commands them to be careful. The Dream God let them know that 1,000 years ago, the Ghost Clan attacked the world of Apocalypse, but at that time, Dream Spirit Manor was the only land which was not invaded, and in order to fight back against those Ghost Clan, 10 ghosts fought to the death, and they managed to seal the Ghost Clan king together, and everything they have done only delays their inevitable ends. And after the battle ends, the other 9 gods vanished. But the Dream God went into deep sleep at that time, and whatever they see is an illusion created before she fell asleep, and she is waiting for the Chosen One to appear. She commands them to find and awaken her. A notification pops up about the lost Dream God that after sealing the Ghost King, the whereabouts of the 10 gods of Apocalypse remain unknown, and they are instructed to follow the instructions to find the lost Dream God. Jang Yi commands them that they should have been transported into the mission area. Meanwhile, the monsters attack them. Qinglong wants Jang Yi to be careful of the monsters, where Yaru takes the responsibility of stopping them, but Jang Yi wants to leave them both to him. He used crowd control on them, but it didn't work there, and it seems that the only way to fight against them is to fight head-on. The fight kept going on. Qinglong is trying to figure out where these monsters came from, as he has made sure the surroundings are safe from where they are going to pass. But according to Jang Yi, the appearance of the monsters shows that they are from the Ghost Clan warriors from the Dream God's illusion. Yaru thinks that as the Ghost Clan is suppressed, then what is the purpose of them coming there? There are some butterflies which seem to have appeared out of thin air. By seeing all this, Jang Yi thinks that maybe they are not in the Dream Spirit Manor, but transported into the Dream God's dream. Yaru seems shocked by hearing this, but Jang Yi confesses to her that dreams don't have to follow the basic rules of that game, so according to that, the suppressed Ghost Clan warriors can appear out of thin air, and even the butterflies can self-replicate. He starts getting flashbacks that the only one who is able to transfer multiple players at once is the Dream God. That is why she wants them to find and wake her. Yaru gets tense as they can only leave that space after making the Dream God. Jang Yi activates his treasure hunter and claims that they are going to soon get the answer. He sees something strange at the bottom of the lake and calls out to everyone to have a look in there. They all splash and go inside. Notification shows that the Water Evasion Mage exclusive skill, upon activation, allows the allies to evade water, which allows them free movement underwater, and the duration is 3 minutes. Jang Yi notices that the swarm of butterflies is flying towards the palace's strong gate, which seems to be an entrance to another area, but in the meantime, Yaru figures out something weird in there. Jang Yi shouts out Yaru's name as she gets captured by the octopus-looking sea monster's limbs. He swims forward, and with a single swing of his sword, he chops off the limbs of the monster through which it was holding Yaru, telling her to get behind him. They are notified that the water evasion is about to end in 30 seconds. Jang Yi notices how the monster has incredible regeneration abilities, as it regrows its chopped limbs. Bahuang yells that it is over, mentioning how the water evasion is wearing off. He further claims, panicking that they can't keep fighting the monster since they need to leave right now. Considering the situation they are in, Jang Yi says that he will hold the monster here, instructing the others to go and open the door in the meantime. As the countdown turns to 20 seconds, swimming towards the door, Bahuang asks Qinglong to come with him to open the stone door. While the two of them put their whole power into pulling each side of the door to open it, the countdown turns to 10 seconds. Jang Yi, having a hard time handling the monster alone, tells the two of them to hurry and open the door, notifying them there is no time. The countdown has now turned to 5 seconds when Bahuang asks Qinglong to put in a little more effort, pointing at how it's almost open. After struggling for the remaining time to open the heavy door, the countdown ends along with the water evasion. Behind the door, they are met with the rumble barrier. Jang Yi, who's busy cutting the limbs of the monster, finally looks up along with Yaru when the door opens. Extending their hands to each other, Yaru asks him to hold hers. He grabs her hand, pulling her towards himself to save her from the monster's attack. They swim up to the door. Bahuang and Qinglong have already crossed the rumble barrier, however, as Yaru and Jang Yi are crossing it. All of a sudden, the monster grabs Jang Yi's leg with its limb. Yaru and Qinglong, holding each of his arms, pulls him with all the force towards the other side of the rumble barrier where they are, whereas Bahuang raises his swords that he's holding with both of his hands and strikes it hard on the monster's limb, making it chop off. Jang Yi, quite aware of the monster's quick regeneration ability, tells his friends to quickly close the door. He sees the chopped off limb of the monster, trying to get back at him as the door slams shut. Hearts pounding, they are now finally on the other side with glowing butterflies flying around. Jang Yi and Yaru, exhausted from the fight against the monster, fall down on the ground, whereas Qinglong, resting one hand on the wall and the other on his knee, pants heavily. Yaru mentions how that was so close, recalling the way she almost got swept away by that monster. Jang Yi, on hearing her worries, assures her that it is safe here now, since that octopus-looking monster cannot get in here. After his breathing gets a bit stable, he tells his friends to come along, since they need to hurry and check it out. On moving forward, they reach a place where the walls on either side of them have some strange writing. Looking at that writing, Qinglong expresses his thoughts that these characters look weird and are giving him the creeps. Jang Yi gets notified that these are the writings of the Ghost Clan, thus he informs his friends as well. He explains that it's the same as what the Dream God mentioned, and this place has already been invaded by the Ghost Clan. Yaru exclaims in surprise, remarking that a fierce battle must have taken place here. Agreeing to her statement, Jang Yi says what they are seeing is just a small part of it. Further observing the place, Jang Yi wonders if the Ghost Clan invasion could be linked to the catastrophic doom that is about to unfold in the apocalypse. Before long, a catastrophe will descend upon the apocalypse, and no one will be able to escape the calamity. Upon noticing something, Yaru points in a direction with a confused expression, telling them to look over there. As they turn to look in the direction she is pointing, they see a staircase leading to something that is tied by chains from both of its sides. Jang Yi, not being sure, asks if the one bound by the chains on the high platform isn't the Dream God. He continues that it seems like the Dream God's slumber isn't accidental, and there's a larger conspiracy behind it. Before Jang Yi could complete his sentence, the chains through which the Dream God is bound are yanked and make a sound. With that, a woman sitting on a throne addresses them by calling them insects, and asks them if they know whose territory they have intruded upon. The chains attached to her attire clink as she gets up from her throne. The Ghost Clan warden, now talking to the Dream God, mentions how she didn't expect her to make it all the way here. She then walks to the Dream God, adding how she also didn't expect that after all this time, the Dream God still refuses to accept her fate. The Ghost Clan warden suddenly grabs, between her finger and thumb, one of the glowing butterflies that were flying around, asking the Dream God if she brought Jang Yi and his friends here. She then mockingly asks her with a smirk if she knows that she has just doomed these youngsters. After saying that she really wants her to see for herself how they die for her, an explosion occurs, throwing the warrior of the Ghost Clan away and scattering them on the ground around Jang Yi and his friends. Yaru yells at the Ghost Clan warden in confusion, asking her who she is, and demands she let go of the Dream God. The Ghost Clan warden scoffs at Yaru's demand while repeating it in a mocking way, wishing to see if Yaru has the ability to make her let the Dream God go. After threatening them by telling them to not even think about leaving since they have stepped into her domain, she throws her chains to wrap around a large rock above their heads. Pulling it down, the Ghost Clan warden throws it towards Jang Yi and others. Jang Yi claims that there are a lot of Ghost Clan warrior corpses here and tells Yaru to activate Undead Summoner. After they activate the Undead Summoner talent, Yaru is met with the Dream God and holds her hands. The Dream God asks Yaru her name for confirmation, telling her that she is very lucky since a power far greater than she can imagine lies within her. The Dream God advises her to remember to always hold firm to her beliefs. This exchange between the two shocks the Ghost Clan warden, making her eyes bulge out of their sockets. Yaru, with the help of the Dream God, summons the dead warriors of the Ghost Clan back to life and makes them block the large rock that the Ghost Clan warden had thrown towards them. The Ghost Clan warden gets back to herself and swings her chains, making a lot of those rocks break and scatter around while she angrily yells that the same trick will not work since even the person behind her could not defeat her. Looking at the Ghost Clan warden boasting about herself with confidence makes Bahuang annoyed, and he also steps forward, asking the Ghost Clan warden about where her confidence is coming from. Ready to attack with his blade, Bahuang asks the Ghost Clan warden mockingly about adding him as well into the equation. Qinglong, equally annoyed, also steps in, activating his golden elegy. He says that he will help too. The Ghost Clan warden angrily warns them that they are courting death as she throws her soul-binding chains at the two of them who are attacking her in their own ways. The chains grab both arms of them both, making Bahuang confusedly wonder what this thing is. The Ghost Clan warden, glaring at them while menacingly laughing, tells them to come on and become her puppets, since anyone bound by her soul-binding chains will have to submit to her. Bahuang and Qinglong's pupils turn bright red due to being under the soul-binding magic, making them wonder how this could be possible. However, before Bahuang could even complete his question in his head, his expression turned dangerous as he was now turned into the Ghost Clan warden's puppet. She then makes him attack Jang Yi and Yaru, laughing at them while mentioning how much she loves watching teammates turn on each other. As soon as she yells, announcing the show to begin, Bahuang jumps in the air while swinging his blade towards Yaru. Yaru gets confused and can't believe her eyes. Thus, she tries reminding him that it's her, Little Ru, and asks him what is wrong with him. In order to protect her, before Bahuang's blade could reach Yaru, Jang Yi quickly stepped in and stopped Bahuang's blade with his own sword, yelling at him to wake up. As Bahuang keeps swinging his blade to kill Yijian off, Yijian also does not give up and lets him succeed. Rather, he competes diligently against him by defending himself with his sword. Yijian makes sure he is fixated on just defending in case he hurts his friend, who is currently under that Ghost Clan Warden's magic. The Ghost Clan Warden, while controlling Bahuang, mentions that he has become her puppet and is obeying only her commands. Yijian, who is still defending himself along with protecting Yaru, gets screeched far back when his magic gets reflected by Bahuang's magic as he tells Yijian to get lost. Barely able to maintain his balance, Yijian coughs due to getting choked on air by the sudden attack. But to his surprise, by the time he regains his balance and looks back while standing up, he sees that Bahuang has reached quite near Yaru. With pain and worry in his voice, Yijian asks Bahuang to stop, trying to make him realize that Yaru is his sister. Bahuang, however, keeps stepping forward with red eyes and a furious face while pointing his blade at Yaru. Looking at her brother getting closer with hatred in his eyes, she calls him out while trembling in fear. The Ghost Clan Warden then orders Qinglong, who is standing behind Yaru, to not go easy on her, demanding him to shoot her in the heart. Controlled by her orders, Qinglong draws 3 arrows together and shoots them. Luckily, Yisun notices it and yells at Yaru to watch out behind herself. But it's too late since the arrows have gotten too close to Yaru now. As soon as she turns around by being warned by Yijian, to their surprise, one of the summoned dead warriors of Ghost Clan steps between Yaru and those shooting arrows, taking them in her stead and protecting her. Yijiang surprisingly notices that Yaru's undead summoner has become much stronger now since the summoned undead can actually act independently to protect the summoner. The Ghost Clan Warden intensifies her magic by upgrading it into Heavenly Chain Lock, and orders Bahuang and Qinglong to take Jang Yi and Yaru down. As Bahuang runs towards them while swinging his blade, the Ghost Clan Warden commands Jang Yi and Yaru to give up, stating that their fate is already sealed. Jang Yi and Yaru, however, shift into a back-to-back stance while wielding their weapons ready in front of themselves to protect themselves from the upcoming attack. He then realizes that if they keep fighting like this, they will only end up hurting themselves. He thinks that they cannot go all out against Bahuang and Qinglong, therefore they need to find a way to get out of this fight. To get out of there, Jang Yi quickly summons Blackie and gets on his back. The Ghost Clan Warden, after looking at Blackie, says in a mocking tone that she thought Jang Yi had some tricks up his sleeve when he barged in here, but she did not expect him to be so weak. Remarking that he is utterly powerless against her abilities, she calls them pitiful humans, and uses her Fate Chain arrow magic to shoot her chain with the pointed end towards him, claiming that she will make him watch as his companions abandon him one by one. Blackie blows fire at her to reflect back the chain she shot at them, but due to doing so, Blackie gets thrown back, crashing into the ground at a distance. Jang Yi and Yaru also fall off from Blackie, and he quickly asks her if she is okay. She confirms that she is fine, telling him that it is just a scratch. The Ghost Clan Warden then walks to Jang Yi, straddling his legs while kneeling down. She lifts his chin and tells him that his friends and magical beast will all become slaves to the Ghost King, and he will not escape either. Jang Yi, however, instead of fearing her, smirks and asks her with confidence if that is so. She looks at him confusedly, wondering the reason for the change in his demeanor, until she hears the roar of Blackie from her back. Blackie puts it in her mouth and gets up happily, remarking that it worked. He thinks that Bahuang and Qinglong hit her chains. That's why they are under her control. Therefore, he cannot let her chains touch Blackie. He shouts at Blackie to strengthen its left wing as a chain is about to hit it, so Blackie does so. Yaru turns to look at Qinglong and Bahuang, and notices that they still have not returned to themselves. She asks Jang Yi if they did not already defeat the Ghost Clan Warden, then why Qinglong and her brother have not recovered yet. She proposes the possibilities that maybe the spell's duration has not ended, or maybe the Ghost Clan Warden is still alive. Turned into a red spider lily, the Ghost Clan Warden smirks while saying that she did not expect to be fooled by their little tricks, but they are underestimating her if they think this is enough to defeat her. Observing this in astonishment, Jang Yi thinks about how she has used the red spider lily to switch places with her real body using soul swap magic. He realizes that this is a skill unique to Dream Spirit, and it suddenly hits him that she is a Dream Spirit. The Ghost Clan Warden then says that she admits he is tougher than she initially thought. However, she will not be careless anymore and tells him that he will not get another chance. Ignoring her claim, Yaru and Jang Yi get into their stance to protect themselves, and he asks the Ghost Clan Warden if she used to be a dream spirit, adding that's why she fears the light like other dream spirits and hides in this dark underwater palace. When he demands that she speak and tell them why she betrayed the dream god, she tells him to shut up, saying that she does not want to hear that name and identity again. She claims that she is the only one who can lead their people to eternal victory, yet he is always taking the dream god's side. She gets furious at him for figuring this out and yells at him to die as she again raises her chains to attack. Jang Yi questions the Apocalypse Spirit about what time it is in the apocalypse at that time, which is 6:45 in the morning. Yaru seems concerned by seeing Jang Yi about what's going on in his mind. Jang Yi questions the black-haired girl as if she were once a dream spirit too, right? And that is why she fears the light like other dream spirits and hides in the dark underwater palace. So according to that, Jang Yi decides to attack her with light. But an attack of that level didn't affect her, but Jang Yi didn't stop there. He kept on attacking her with that which becomes successful then. The attack is basically sunlight, which makes her sweet dream end there. But at that moment, Jang Yi faces a severe headache. The black-haired girl couldn't recognize them both and questioned their identity. Yaru seems confused by seeing her, as she wasn't like that when she controlled her brother and Qinglong. Jang Yi, by looking at her that time, seemed no different from the dream spirit they encountered before, which means she is in the Ghost Clan's power control. But in essence, she is a dream spirit who is weak against light, which means when she is exposed to strong lights, she loses all her spiritual powers. Dream God awakened her dream spirit and went to her children and felt sorry for them, as she had lost due to the Ghost Clan's king manipulation, and thanked them for saving her. She also claims that 100 years ago, after the Ghost Clan's king was sealed, all the remaining evil spirits manipulated his people, and she was in a deep sleep due to the exhaustion of her spiritual powers. She also saw a dream in which she saw the forces of the Ghost Clan rising to power and taking control again, even though she couldn't tell if that was just a dream or a divine message. But she was unable to stand and watch the apocalypse fall into chaos again, and in order to wake up, she had to leave an illusion in Dream Spirit Manor to guide the challenges, and it wasn't until one appeared that Dream Spirit Manor returned to its original state. Notification pops up congratulating Jang Yi's team for completing the mission, Lost Dream God, and obtains the artifact Dream God's Blessing and also a legendary equipment. Dream God gives them the equipment as a reward for completing the mission. Jang Yi, Ba Huang, and Qinglong start discussing the amount of equipment, which includes Duan Feng and Xiao Yao's share, which seems more than enough for everyone. Jang Yi wants them both to have a look at what they want. Qinglong wants the Dream God's bracer, and Ba Huang seems attracted to the Dream God's armor. Dream God calls out to Yaru and hands over something to her. The notification shows that the item is Dream God's Blessing, artifact, which has a level requirement of 50. The type is staff. The character's attributes are 20%, and an additional attached skill is that all members of the team receive a 20% attribute boost. Yaru seems confused and questions Dream God if that is for her. Dream God says to her that Yaru's talent card is originally formed from Dream God's powers, which is the purest God power, and she feels that Yaru is essentially another version of her. That is why she decides to give that to her. Jang Yi also thinks that Yaru's undead summoner talent is similar to Dream God's summoning skills. That is why the God-level talent cards actually gather the power of various deities in the apocalypse. Dream God sent Yaru back, as she had spent enough time with her. She also has one request for her and for the apocalypse, which is to quickly find the remaining 9 deities, and if calamity truly descends, she wants Yaru to believe that whatever Dream God herself can do for the apocalypse, she can also do that. At the Dream Spirit Manor, Qinglong finds that place completely different from before. According to Jang Yi, maybe that is how the Dream Spirit Manor originally looked, as it was like that before because of the Ghost Clan's influence. Suddenly, Li Shu starts coughing. Yaru wants to know what has happened to her. The Blood Sect team arrives, and one of their members points out to Jang Yi's team that they are the ones who killed young Master Shui, and the Blood Sect team's master commands them to capture them all. Jang Yi felt that the Blood Sect team came to take revenge for Wu Shui. Yaru shouts at them, mentioning that they are the evil ones there. Yaru takes out her Dream God's Blessing. Blood Sect team members try to figure out if it is really the Dream God's artifact in Yaru's hand, as if they have found the Dream God, but they won't believe as they find Yaru a little girl, as their Blood Sect has been searching for the Dream God for years and haven't found anything yet, so they think she must be holding a fake artifact to fool them. Their master commands them to attack them. As the attack starts, all the Jang Yi's team members get a 20% attribute boost. All of the Blood Team Sect members are defeated, but only 3 of them are left. They still try to figure out if she has actually acquired the Dream God's artifact. One of the Blood Sect team's members questions his Elder One about what they should do as all the guys are defeated. Their master, by seeing them lose all hope, punches them, as he won't believe Blood Sects have raised 2 spineless cowards like them. He commands an ambush to come out. Jang Yi wants everyone on his team to be careful of that. The elder member of the Blood Sect team threatens them that as they have slaughtered many of his team members, how can he not take revenge in order to save their dignity? And only their group is going to walk out of there alive. He activates the Blood Sacrifice Grand Formation and asks Jang Yi's team to prepare for dying. Jang Yi tries to figure out what kind of skill that is, which seems like a formation skill that requires multiple people to activate, so they need to be really careful. Jang Yi wants Ba Huang to stay there, as he is going to the front to have a look to see if there is a way out, while Ba Huang is going to check on the other side. Yaru wants them both to come back if it doesn't work out. Jang Yi went on the front side. There he felt the boundary of the Blood Sacrifice Blood Formation, and he tried to break that. The Elder Master came there and threatened Jang Yi that he wouldn't be able to escape from there, as those who are trapped in the Blood Sacrifice Grand Formation cannot leave. Jang Yi and Ba Huang, after several tries, came back, as they both are not able to break the formation barrier. The Elder Master of the Blood Sect team strengthens the Blood Sacrifice Formation, and all the members of Jang Yi's team are surrounded by the vengeful spirits. Jang Yi again tries to kill them. The Master calls him out and tells him not to waste his energy, as the number of vengeful spirits in that formation is only going to keep increasing, and he won't be able to kill them all. And to Jang Yi, It seems that the power of blood sacrifice grand formation lies in draining the opponent's vitality and energy through the endless stream of vengeful spirits. And in the end, the opponent is slowly going to death. A vengeful spirit in an instant grabs Jang Yi's body, whispers sweet temptation into his ear. She claims that he won't be able to escape her grasp. She tells him she felt lonely and asks why he wouldn't stay with her. Jang Yi struggles to break free from her control. He clarifies about not wanting to be involved with vengeful spirits. Deep down, he knows these spirits are very troublesome. Bahuang worries. They don't know what to do. The number of vengeful spirits are increasing. If this continues, they won't last longer, so they need to find a way to destroy this formation. Bahuang suspects those 4 stone tablets must be the key to the formation. Only by destroying those tablets can they escape from this formation. Not having any other choice, he gathers spiritual power into his sword. The furious, resentful spirits open their mouths wide and keep screaming. Bahuang thinks while fighting. Earlier they spread out their attacks on the barrier, so if they concentrate their attacks on one point, they might be able to break through. Therefore he commands Qinglong and Yatu to focus their power on attacking the stone tablet. Meanwhile, he decides to go and save Jang Yi. At the Dream Spirit Manor, Daewoo is walking on the street, upset as she thought she could make a quick buck with the blood-red Dream Spirit, but someone already stole it first. Suddenly, she discovers a large disturbance ahead, which startled her thoughts. What is going on? Didn't they say the mission involving the blood-red Dream Spirit has ended? Why is there such a big commotion? Without wasting any time, she immediately charges forward to check. She is puzzled. Her mind races with many questions. Why are there so many bodies of Bloodseeker members scattered around here? There are the same elders of the Blood Sect, and they are performing the Blood Sacrifice Grand Formation. The last time the Blood Sect used the Blood Sacrifice Grand Formation was when they attacked Frost Peak City and slaughtered the Beast Tribe leader. Now, are they targeting the Dream Spirity Manor? All of this is so confusing for her, so she continues observing, but to her surprise, she discovers Jang Yi there. She doesn't understand how he got captured by the Blood Sect, though she realizes he actually broke through the Blood Sect's Grand Formation. Thus, if she can team up with Jang Yi, they could wipe out the Blood Sect and go. The formation is sustained by the blood QI of these old men. If one of them falls, the formation will definitely be affected. Once it is destroyed, they will all suffer backlash. Thinking about all of this without hesitating, she immediately stomps and jumps up. At this moment, Daewoo flips in midair, targeting the chest of one of the elders. She strikes slashes and he is sent back to Mother Earth. Moving forward, she activated the stealth skill to leave, hoping that Jang Yi can handle the rest as she has already broken the formation. Inside the Blood Sacrifice Grand Formation, the vengeful spirit controlling Jang Yi is confused. It is suffering backlash as the formation broke. Even Jang Yi can sense its power suddenly weakened. Using his full force, he throws her out of his grip, far away. She screams in helplessness. At the same time, Bahuang appears, confirming if Jang Yi is okay, but Jang Yo assures him he is even, and even the formation is broken, so it is their turn to fight back. Seeing the formation destabilizing, tension grows thicker in the surrounding. The Grand Formation is about to collapse. If they don't get out of here quickly, they will be trapped here forever. Hearing this, Yaru and Qinglong carry Liu Shu and move towards Jang Yi and Bahuang. They need to quickly jump over and leave, without wasting any time. When they jumped over, Qinglong saw everyone being cared for, only he was alone, so gets jealous. Meanwhile, Zhen Yunxue grits his teeth in anger, claiming, "Today no one will leave this formation alive." Just then, he summons a large hand, shooting demoning energy. A huge explosion occurs with smoke, covering the whole surrounding because of that energy stream. Zhen Yunxue arrogantly claims, even if the Blood Sect dies, he will take all of them to grave with him. After a few minutes, the smoke gradually clears. Jang Yi's team becomes visible. They were slightly injured because of the demonic energy. This makes Zhen Yunxue more angry as he wanted them dead. Zhang Yi is firm about the fact that they won't be dying this easily. Suddenly, Daewoo appears, activating the illusory chain dance skill and alerting them to grab the rope. Hearing the command, Jang Yi immediately grabs the rope tightly while promising Huyet Chan Van, the Blood Sect has committed all sorts of evil. Today, they will put an end to his villainy. The Elder Man can't help but freeze at his place due to the backlash from the Blood Sacrifice Grand Formation. Just then, he grabs his sword and charges straight at the old man, and the system announces player Zhen Yunxue, the Bloodband Sect Grand Elder. Before the Blood Sacrifice Formation explodes, they all are safely rescued just in time by Daewoo. Zhang Wei expresses her gratitude since they couldn't have finished off the Blood Sect without her. But it was not a big deal for her as the Blood Sect was even her enemy, and she also wanted to repay him for his help in Dawn City. She then takes out 5 bottles of HP potions and hands them to them to cure their wounds. These are the best HP potions from Frost Peak City, and many players are scrambling to get them. She also apologizes to Yaru for the ring incident earlier. While everyone else uses their health potions, Jang Yi starts thinking about many things. He wonders why Daewoo suddenly returned to Frost Peak. He knows that the Blood Sect is hunting her, so her sudden return doesn't make sense to him. Unable to hold back his curiosity, he decides to ask her directly. She reveals, the most dangerous place is the safest place. Those idiots from the Blood Sect would never think she is living right under their nose. But at the same time, she suggests Jang Yi to worry about himself. He is a thorn in Carol's side. Daewoo looks at Jang Yi and asks if he has any idea how much his bounty has increased at the Assassin's Guild. She informs him of the new amount. 1 million. Jang's eyes widened in shock, realizing Carol really went out to deal with him. Daewoo then adds, now that the Blood Sect has been eliminated, she can freely roam Frost Peak City at last. She will get back to her contracts now. However, since Frost Peak City has lost its leader, Carol will definitely try to take advantage of the situation. Receiving this information, Yaru turns to Jang Yi saying, the Blood Sect people were evil. The remaining Beast Race players are innocent. Moreover, Dream Spirit Manor has just resurfaced. If it's exploited by Carol, the consequences would be unimaginable, but Jang Yi assures her he won't let Carol succeed. Upon the arrival at Frost Peak City, Liu Shu introduces the main city of the Beast Race, Frost Peak City. When they are not out doing missions, this is where they reside. When Yaru and Jang Yi passed by, the city residents began buzzing with discussion. People are talking about how a group of human players wiped out the Blood Sect. Some citizens are truly shocked. After all, the Blood Sect was the biggest guild in Frost Peak City. How could such a small team take them down? Others say it's true. They even heard that the group found the Dream God and got a powerful artifact from the whole ordeal. Yaru whispers to Jang Yi, since they enter the city, the Beast Race players have been secretly watching them. Besides the Blood Sect, no one else should know they have the artifact. But she gets to know that Qinglong told them before they left. He had Qinglong enter Frost Peak City first to spread the news that their guild destroyed the Blood Sect and obtained the Dream God's artifact. This way, they can keep them checked as they enter the city. Otherwise, these Beast Race players would be hard to deal with. This really impressed Yaru. In his thoughts, he knows here, strength is king. To become the leader of Frost Peak City, they must expand their guild's strength and make it the top guild in Frost Peak City. At the Guild Management Association, Liu Shu enthusiastically informs them about the Guild Management Association of Frost Peak City. A girl comes out to welcome the human race. Assuring them to feel free to ask anything they need, they offer all kinds of services here. She is so excited that she directly grabs Jang Yi's arm. Her affectionate gaze makes him unexpectedly blush. Seeing this, Yaru gets annoyed, but Jang Yi politely declines any weird services and clarifies that he is only here to upgrade the guild level. He then opens the system panel. The system displays the information of the guild and the guild members as well. The girl announces, based on his current guild contribution points, his guild level has been upgraded to level 5. Once his guild contribution points meet the upgrade requirements again, he is welcome back anytime. Now, Jang Yi decided to recruit powerful players in Frost Peak City in their guild to make it this city's strongest guild. Afterwards, he stands up on the platform of the guild association with his guild, announces he needs their help, and offers them to join his guild so they can build a free speech city that is free from exploitation. A guy in the crowd assures them to count him in as he remembers when he was attacked by the Blood Sect at Dream Spirit Manor. It was Jang Yi's guild members who protected him. Everyone is motivated and encouraged to join the guild. Meanwhile, a mysterious figure watches from afar, realizing how badly they misunderstood Jang Yi. Later on, at the Lion King's Pride Tavern, all the players are having dinner. A player announces that the Godslayer Guild has surpassed the Carefree Pavilion Guild in combat power, making it the top-ranked guild in Frost Peak City. They all then cheer for their guild leader. Everyone raise their glasses in celebration. Suddenly, Qinglong makes a sign and calls Jang Yi outside, revealing something strange has happened in the city. He followed Jang Yi's instructions to buy health potions, but all the shops in the city are all out of stock. Other potions and equipment were sold out as well. Jang Yi understands. Someone is buying all the items from Frost Peak City's shops, and now no one can buy anything from Frost Peak City. It looks like that person wants them to have a hard time in Frost Peak City. A question arises in his mind. Who has such terrifying financial power to buy out an entire city overnight? They must catch the mastermind before panic spreads. The night falls in Frost Peak City. Jang Yi gathers everyone, announcing, the shops in the city will restock tonight, so if someone is deliberately causing trouble by buying out the shops, they will definitely show up tonight. In that case, he commands everyone to stay vigilant at their respective shops. If they see anyone acting suspiciously, they can note down their movements and attire. They should avoid direct confrontation to not make the culprit alert about their presence. In an instant, Daewoo appears, chasing someone in a black mask. It seems the person took something from her. Seeing that, Jang Yi orders everyone to proceed according to the plan, and he will go check what is happening first. On the other hand, the masked people immediately pull out several exploding meteors and throw them at Daewoo. Panic washes over Daewoo's face. Bombing is not allowed in the city, but the two masked men threaten to blow everyone to pieces. Jang Yi rushes in time to catch her, saving her from the explosion. He questions her about the masked man and the reason behind the person throwing bombs in the city. Daewoo explains that those two have been sneaking around looking for shops since they entered the city. She followed them and found out they are planning to buy out all the items in Frost Peak City. Learning that news, he grabs her hand and decides to deal with them together. Both the masked men worry about seeing another person join Daewoo. Their mission in Frost Peak City doesn't include fighting them, but Daewoo and Jang Yi are determined to catch them. Unable to find any solution, they both throw their bombs at them. But at the same time, one of the guild members arrives there in time, uses the colossal reinforced shield to create a barrier, and the bombs end up bouncing back due to its elasticity. Yaru rushes to them, confirming if they are okay, and informs them about many innocent players being injured. But Qinglong and Liu Shu are tending to their wounds now. As the smoke caused by the bombs disappears, the culprits can be lying on the ground. These two are indiscriminately bombing the city. They don't seem like ordinary players. They are more like members of the Divine Guild in Moonlight City. Jang Yi and Bahuang step forward to them, noticing a symbol on their clocks. It has been seen on the members of the Divine Guild. Maybe Carol is behind all this. Pressing forward, Jang Yi suggests Yaru and Bahuang stay in Frost Peak City temporarily and help stabilize things if anything unexpected happens. But he is heading to Moonlight City to see what Carol is up to. Yaru's expressions are filled with worry, and she reminds him to be very careful, after which it is Carol's territory. But Daewoo interrupts them, announcing she is going too, as she has worked with Carol before. At the Moonlight City, Jang Yi and Daewoo wear the same masks and cloaks of the culprits with the symbol and pretend to be the people of Carol, lying to the guards that the guild leader assigned a mission to them. Being informed of that, the guards allow them to enter the place. As soon as they entered a place, the commander pointed and called out to them. The commander demands to know what happened to them. Why are they so late? Jang Yi calms himself down and politely answers that a minor incident delayed them. Hearing that, he didn't ask more, but warned them to hurry and join the time. If not, they would cause a delay, and they would be in big trouble. They join the queue and observe those potions and equipment in those cages. It is clearly different from theirs. Though they might have bought it from another city, there is a lot of equipment from the human race in there as well, so they should follow them and see. They hear a warning for everyone to go in one by one, drop their stuff, and come out immediately. The commander won't be responsible if they dawdle and lose their life. They took turns pushing the door to enter the room. As soon as one of the people goes inside, he cries out for help. But the commander orders everyone to ignore it as it was just an accident, and they should keep going. Jang Yi and Daewoo go inside too, but she is so startled and scared, dropping everything from her hand while hugging Jang Yi. Both are shocked as there are a bunch of magical beasts in there who Carol tamed probably. Jang Yi commands everyone to stay calm and hide their fear. They will alarm these magical beasts because if they smell fear, they will immediately think that the people in here are the prey and will attack. However, Jang Yi has realized one thing. Carol sent those hooded men to other cities to buy out the shops in order to feed these magical beasts. He wants to convert those items into experience to accelerate their growth. Varol is really ruthless. Magical beasts raised this way have no bond with their master and are prone to going berserk. Just then, Carol appeared there, coming to check on the progress of the magical beasts' training. He walks over to the imprisoned beasts, studies them, and understands that, at this rate, it will take about 2 weeks to complete the training. As soon as the giant beast in the cage spots its master, it roars and breathes fire outward. Although Carol wasn't paying attention, Jang Yi cleverly rushed to copy and successfully duplicated the divine talent, Tycoon, and monster and dungeon drop rewards were doubled to 100. 100x drops is a lot. No wonder Carol has so much money in magical beasts. The reward Jang Yi gets from 100 runs is what Carol gets from 1 run. At the same time, Carol pulls out a legendary item, the Silver Dragon Flute, an exclusive item for beast tamers. He calls his subordinates a bunch of losers, then begins playing the flute function. The sound of the flute can control magical beasts. Jang Yi quickly recognizes it is the Silver Dragon Flute. It's said that its tune can even control ancient dragons, but its drop rate in dungeons is very low. Only a few beastmasters can get it. It seems like Carol's divine talent really helped him a lot. After controlling the beasts, Carol turns back to the commander, who is kneeling down before him. He orders the commander to hurry and speed up their training as the knights are all waiting for his magical beasts. If he delays his siege plan, he threatens to feed him to the magical beasts. Meanwhile, Daewoo was still frightened from seeing those beasts, so Jang Yi asked with concern if she was alright and told her to leave as they had finished the investigation. As they proceed to escape, Carol appears behind them, ordering them to stop right there. Hearing his call, Jang Yi and Daewoo are startled, assuming maybe they have been discovered. Carol's expressions are cold and unreadable, but not to be on the suspect list. Jang Yi hesitantly questions if the guild leader has any orders for them. But Carol doesn't suspect anything and commands them to clean up the corpses just like everyone else is busy. He clenches his fists in anger, cursing them for being a bunch of useless trash roaming around. Finally, after an intense time of being there in front of Carol, together they clean up the corpses of the men in black and move them outside. Daewoo can't wait to go back and have a good sleep, though they are safe now, so Jang Yi suggests they should get going. At the Frost Peak City Inn rooftop, Jang Yi sits alone, lost in thought. His mind drifts until Yaru approaches him. Noticing that he has seemed preoccupied ever since they returned from Moonlight City, she asks if something happened. Without hesitating, he explains that during this trip to Moonlight, he discovered that Carol has been secretly raising an army of magical beasts. He even seems to have paired these magical beasts with a knight squad, as he heard Carol mentioning a siege plan while they were leaving. If his guess is right, Carol formed the magical beast knight squad to attack other cities. This makes Yaru worried, and she wonders if they can withstand Carol's attack, but Jang Yi denies it. Frost Peak City's current building defense level is only at the elementary stage. If a large number of magical beasts attack at once, the defensive building will be destroyed instantly. However, they still have a chance. In the apocalypse, there is an elemental crystal containing special powers. It can withstand the heat of a dragon's breath and also strengthen city buildings. After upgrading the crystal, it can also be used for counterattacks. This precious crystal can only be mined by goblins who have lived underground for a long time. They will have a fighting chance if they can find enough elemental crystals before Carol's magical beast's night squat is completed. He turns to Yaru, requesting a favor. He is going to find elemental crystals. Frost Peak City needs her protection and management. Dongduan and Xiaoyao are still in the City of Dawn, though he will call them to assist with Yaru. Yaru is okay with him going and looking for the elemental crystals and assures them here in Frost Peak City, everything will be fine. At the edge of the forest, while exploring, Jang Yi thinks about goblins. Usually they live in the outskirts, far from the cities. They are active around this forest, so he should be able to find traces of them. As soon as he moves forward, he spots a giant's footprint on the ground, but giants shouldn't be active in this area. There must be a reason why one suddenly appeared here. Giants and goblins are two races that have been fighting for centuries. The giant race exploits its physical superiority to enslave the goblins, while the goblin race relies on its agility and diverse inventions to resist giants. So the sudden appearance of a giant might be related to goblins. Suddenly, a loud voice startled him. A giant is sitting in front of a tree, shouting into it. It was intimidating a little spirit. Seeing this, Jang Yi reaches out and launches an attack. This strike makes the giant fall backward. He can't stand bullies like him who pick on the weak just because they are big. The giant grits his teeth in anger, immediately grabs a nearby tree, turns, and thrusts the large tree down hard at where Jang Yi was standing. Jang Yi swiftly jumps up to dodge the attack with his agile body. The giant's strength lies in their overwhelming power due to their massive size, but their weakness is also very obvious, and that is their lack of agility. Because of the tree, the smoke makes Jang Yi's appearance not that visible to the giant. Taking this as an opportunity, Jang Yi swings his sharp sword, striking and finishing off the giant. The system immediately informs that Jang Yi's level has increased to 60. Jang Yi is impressed by this divine talent he copied from Carol. With this talent, not only does his leveling speed increase significantly, but even defeating a regular monster gives him tons of gold. Sudden movement caught Jang Yi's attention. It is the little earth spirit. Jang Yi goes to her, extends his hand, and assures her it is safe so she can come out. The little spirit hesitates a bit, but when Jang Yi gives her a warm smile, the little spirit reaches out to him.